a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. I've changed for the better this time. I thought I would never be fine. I strive just to say I'm alright, and for the first time in a long time I'm alright. I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. I'm not falling, I'll push all my chips and call all in. I'll bet on myself, you keep stalling. I hear destiny and it's calling. I'll keep my head up high through the downs and lows, and we're all going life. Still nobody knows, but I'ma choose what's right and take what comes and goes. And ain't no one in life holding me back no more. I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. Back a year ago. Step 1, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, fuck everybody, just do your thing. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Yo, set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 So life ain't easy, yo, I think there's a reason though. Ups and downs, just like every different season, yo. Sometimes I'm high, other times I'm barely breathing, though. I always gotta fight and hide from the demons, yo. Negative thoughts are poison, they rot. Head full of flies, so here come the clouds. They'll never stop unless I can swap all the bad for the good in my head when I'm lost. Yeah, so I'ma fake it till I make it. Positive thoughts
thoughts are overtaken, I got patience. One day at a time is how you operate a cadence. A flow, you grow, you show yourself a foundation. Stay away from all the shit that causes temptation. I know that I like to do it cause it's sensation. I live my life in my head like a narration. Don't expect greatness, do my best, man, I'll take it. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
Wake up, really gon' rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Good morning, guys. Good morning, Lilith and Glam and Sassy. Good morning, Talking Life. How is everybody this morning? Good morning, David. Nicole. You got an edible hangover? I'm sure CPS is listening to that video and it only would hurt him. I don't understand why he keeps talking either, David. Good morning, Jarella. I'm a lady. No, I seriously, if I ever have the money, I seriously want, you can have like artists that will make your anime's character. So someday if I ever have the money, that's what I want to do. You don't want to see this one twerk though. Thank you, Sassy. Someone beezed too close to the sun. Hold on. I woke up and felt pain toward the back of my head, and for some reason, there's a big lump and it hurts. What the heck did you do in your sleep, Nick? I woke up so like sick. That's why I'm late. I almost didn't think I was gonna make it this morning. I just kind of laid there and nursed my stomach with the heating pad, and finally I felt better. Head banging. Did you fall? Good morning, Dax. How the hello are y'all today? Good morning, Ghostface. You guys, they reopened the case to search for Madeline McCann. I'm so happy. I don't know if it had anything to do with that Julia coming out thinking that she was her or what, but they are searching. In fact, I have it pulled up. They have it live streaming the search. Let's see where it is. There it is. I figured when we are talking and stuff, we can have the live stream of it up. But yeah, that's them searching the waters, which I don't understand why. I don't know. We'll have to look. I don't know if they searched the waters before. I would have thought they did, but good morning, Jilly. She'd be 20 years old now, I know, David. Did they search the waters the first time, though, David? I mean, that seems like it would have been a, you know. Oh, good. That's awesome, David. I thought it kind of had just gone cold and they left it. Well, that's good to know. David, you always got the scoop. All these cases, like, I kind of think that's I don't know. I kind of think that maybe what I want to gear towards is like some of these cases that go cold, and then they, they're not in the media. They don't have the public eye on them anymore. Right, Dax? 20, she'd be 20 years old. Oh, really, David? That's awesome. They suspected a German guy who had previously been accused of it. I always remember when they say that. Is my sound okay, guys? I only have it in the middle, so if it's not loud enough, let me know. I always remember them talking about somebody saw a guy walking down the road. Do you think the parents are involved on this one, David? See, I don't know that I think that they're involved. I think they were stupid and neglectful, but I don't know that they were involved with anything, other than involved with the fact that they left her alone in a strange place in a hotel room, blah blah blah. You think they sold her? I didn't get the impression that they were hurting for money, especially on a vacation like that. The parents were idiots. I agree there, Glam. Yeah, that's how I feel, Sasse. I don't think that they were involved, but I think they were neglectful. Who leaves their little kid in a room alone? And they said that they were with a group of people, so I'm sure they were partying or whatever, allegedly. And every once in a while, one of the parents would go check on all of the kids. I don't care how many times you check on them. It only takes a minute for somebody to swoop them up and get out of there. Exactly, Jilly. I totally agree. They lied about where they were. The parents were near the church in a sports bar watching. Oh, well, they weren't just out. I thought they were just out by the pool or something. It doesn't matter where they were. Like I said, they left her alone. One parent could have stayed in the room, or if they all had rooms in the same, resort or whatever, if they were all together, they could have just even, had all the kids in one room and the parents, could have been hanging out there. I mean, as a parent, you make sacrifices. Sorry, it's not time to party. Yes, one parent could have stayed in the room or taken shifts. The two bartenders told me they saw Jerry and Kate, and the phone records prove they were there. Wow. Yes, we're talking. Good morning, Diva. Yes, we're talking about Madeline McCann. And the video that is up on the screen is actually the search for her live. The thing is, the place offered a babysitter. So what? They didn't trust the babysitter, but they trusted to leave them alone? They broke up into two groups. One stayed at the apartment complex, and Jerry and his friend to the bar. Yeah, they can sleep in. Good morning, Amy. We missed you last night, Amy. How are you doing? But all of them walked down to the sports bar to meet each other. See, that's exactly what I said. That's exactly what I would have thought they were doing, is drinking and partying. There's no new details, Amy, but they are searching the water, and that's what the live feed is up on the screen right now, is the search. Yes, same, Sasse. In Europe, they leave the kids more, you think, Glam? When we traveled in big groups, my mom always had a nanny for my sister and I. Our nanny was my cousin who was in college. See, that's what I was saying. I did nanny work before I had kids and got married, and that's what they would do. They would I never went because I have an issue with families taking their kids on, on vacation and stuff, and then having somebody else take care of them the whole time. I'm not talking about like, someone to watch them if they go out or whatever, but I mean, this family that I worked for, they would have, I know how they operated, and they would have enjoyed their entire vacation while I took care of the kids. And that's just too sad for me to do. I feel so bad for the kids. Good morning, Annalyn. What I found out that lead me to very rich women who own a horse farm the day before Madeleine went missing, and this woman owned a boat, and it left that morning at 12:15 a.m. I'm not sure, Dax, and I don't even think that there wasn't like an older child, I don't believe, that was watching them. The parents were just taking turns. One of the parents from each family or whatever would go check on all the kids and then go back to where they were. Thanks, Annalyn. I was gonna twerk for you this morning, but this one's a little almost like R-rated when she twerks. Good morning, Brandy. Are you home yet? Are you having a good time? I hope you're enjoying your vacation. So I do have, oh, you know what? I need to pull up my video so I can add into the description as we go. All right, here we go. So, interview room. I want to get you guys' okay, hold on, I'll twerk. But I want to get you guys' opinion on the creator that did the. All right, you guys. If you have any little ones around, they might wanna hold on, let me hide this. Okay. If you have any little ones around, you might want to hide their eyes. Just got home. It was great. On the way back, I got 45 truckers honk and didn't even have to show one boob. Are you satisfied now, Lilith? I'm telling you, it's like borderline rated R when she twerks. We can make her do other stuff, but that twerking's a little. Ooh, she's got them booty cheeks. I was hired as a travel nanny for my extended family while in college. There's a way to do your own thing and keep the kids safe. The kids spent like 70% time with me, and they had a blast. I just feel... Thank you, Annalyn. Close the church doors, man. Do it again. Okay. Hold on, let me take this banner down. She is jamming. Yeah, I can make her dance. I can make her do, here, we'll show you I can make her wave, thumbs up, shrug, no, no, no. The chicken dance. I like that one. Fast feet. She's at some pranks. Good morning, fish. All right, one more twerk, and then we got to get down to business, y'all. I wish I had that turtleneck crop top, to be honest. Ooh, look at her. Her tata's going. She needs a more supportive bra. I know, Liz. Now I think one of her kids got killed on the hours from, and she needed to replace her child, and Maddie was it because of this woman's fame she had to hide. Jeez, that's a lot, David. It has a keyhole neckline. Like I said, my goal is to eventually have somebody make me my own Avi that, resembles me and doesn't wear this short skirt. I think you're right. Good morning, Patty. Right, Fish? Them things look like they'd be heavy jangling around. Good morning, Grateful Life. You're welcome, Annalyn. Oh, really? I can do turtlenecks, but I don't like t-shirts that are too close to my neck and stuff. All right, so let me put her back where she needs to be. Ooh, I didn't mean to do that. Hold on. All right, there we go. Right? We always have to start it out with a little humor, especially when we're talking stuff that's deep like this. Okay. So, I have the interview room, Chris McDonough. You guys know how I feel. So, I want your opinions after this. But thank you, Chris, for the tour and for allowing us. He does have it right in his description that we are allowed to use it as long as we keep it on YouTube and we link it back, which we do. So I'm also going to put I'm also going to put this link for this video. I will say, I think for the most part, he's a trustworthy channel that you can believe what the information he's giving you. I have an issue with his arrogance. Thank you so much, Patty. I hope you have a great day too. All those doctors in one place off season at a remote resort. She really is free. What would we call it? Like, I know when guys don't wear undies. Thanks again, Patty. I know when guys don't wear undies, they call it free ballin'. So what is it? Free taton? Oh my gosh. Really, David? Dang. Okay. So I kind of which I'm glad I did. It took off a whole half an hour. He just kind of talks and stuff in the beginning. So I fast forwarded us to where they're pulling up to the house. Now, there's two different videos, okay? The first video is like him live while he's at the house and while he's talking to Candace and everything. This one is 7 months later, and as I believe, like as he's showing the video of the tour and everything, then he is, on the side kind of talking us through it. She's going to be free falling. Dax. And morning, Hugh. Enter at your own risk this morning. We're a wild bunch this morning. I would expect so great for you. When I was young, I enjoyed sweaters and see my my husband we started dating when I was 16, and I wore like a lot of turtlenecks and stuff. And my husband used to tell me I dressed like a safe. He had to crack the code. Letting the boobs breathe. I really liked the free falling. Have you guys ever heard that joke? Oh my gosh. You guys, so inappropriate. Have you ever heard that joke about the, hold on, let me get my words straight before I say it because I'll mess it up. Um, oh crap, how does it go? I can't remember the punchline. It says it's something like, if we don't get, it's about, tatas. If we don't get some support soon, my husband cracks up every time I tell that joke, but I can't. Now I got to Google it. Sorry, guys. Okay, the joke is one boob says to the other boob, if we don't get some support here soon, people are going to think we're nuts. He still remembers it too, Fish. He still brings it up 35 years later. He was mesmerized by the intrigue of turtlenecks. Cleo. Isn't that funny? My husband loves that joke. I don't know why my tongue's sticking out. Okay, I'm gonna start this. This is pulling up to Summer's house. We have to try to behave now. This is serious.
All right, so here we go, coming up the hill. Cup. And there's the infamous ship. All right, so the first thing I want to point out, a couple of quick observations pretty fast, is if you look anywhere around this territory, i.e., this hilltop, when the first thing that I caught were approximately 13 dogs.
But Lilith, they're the only things that keep them in.
13 dogs on that property. And you can hear when we came in, we were following Candace, and when she got to the gate, she unhooked the chain, and those dogs came out of the woods. They came down the hill. I mean, they knew something was there that didn't belong there. And I don't know if...
Okay, I'm going to say this again. I said it the other day. I truly do stand by this though. If you have dogs that are barkers, and there's 28 dogs on this property. So my guess is, with the woods right there, crackling of rodents and wildlife and everything else, my guess is those dogs are barking pretty much nonstop throughout the day. I know, when both of mine get on a tangent where they're barking at nothing, like they literally are barking at the wind, we tune them out sometimes. You can tell the difference between a bark that somebody's here or there's danger, or them just playing and stuff. I truly believe that if you had that many dogs on your land, you'd hear barking so often that you would pretty much ignore it because it's constant. That's a lot of dogs. Yes, I ignore them. Same. Yep. Yes, with leaves blowing. My little one, our little dachshund, she will, if she sees a leaf blowing, she like spazzes out if she can't get to it, like if her chain won't reach to that leaf or whatever. So yeah, I totally do stand by that. That you could just ignore them when there's that many on your property. I'm sure there's constant barking at different times.
It was in this idea that there's now that, and then when he heard the barking, he jumped up to see what was going on, and all of these folks, about 13 dogs that I counted quickly, were all over the place.
Is that better,
So
Jarella?
when we pulled up, immediately Candace went into the house. And you'll notice here, so she's already up there. She was in that red Subaru. So she'd already gotten out of the Subaru and gone over to the house.
Okay, I find that a little weird. Like she had already gotten out of the Subaru, went into the house. Um, that's weird to me, especially if you know this person is coming to your house to, or whatever. Wouldn't you wait for them when you got into the driveway and got parked?
Now, I want to remind you also that we were down at the general store prior to just coming up the hill, and she was stalling down there. It's my thinking that perhaps she was calling somebody, maybe Don. I don't know that for sure, but she came out with some items, put them in her vehicle, and then went back into the store and bought two pizzas. Those small pizzas, you could see them in the bag. Okay, they look like dollar pizzas of some sort.
A
And
charcuterie
but she was in
board.
there for at least 15 minutes, and so that kind of raised my red flags of and I turned to Karen. I said, I think she's making a couple of phone calls, and Karen agreed. So
Okay, I will say just that little bit of information makes me see it a little bit different because the first time when he did this tour, I was aggravated. He rubs me the wrong way. But I don't remember him talking about that before. Her going in and taking time, like running to the house before he got it. Just that sounds weird to me right there.
she's already in there. She had closed the door
Morning,
right
cats.
there behind her.
Morning, Hannibal.
So I just started to walk around and started to film. So she quickly got into that house. There's some of the dogs. So the first thing I wanted to do is go to where what we would call the first contact site. Okay? And that's what I'm doing here. I'm walking towards the trailer because that would be either the last time Summer was seen, if outside, based on the story and narrative that we have, okay, or she never went inside. First contact.
Did he, David? He changed it to that she got mad and did he say that she would do that or that that's what she did that day? I mean, I could see, like, I could see, a little kid doing that. Like, I'm mad, I'm running away. How many times have your kids, like, when they were really little and they're not going anywhere, I'm running away. Like, especially, like, I would say 5 and under before they even realize what running away means. So I could see that happening. I don't know if it happened that day, but I could see, I don't know how far any little kid would get in that terrain before they decided they were turning around and coming back.
So there you can
Thank
see
you,
the red
Lilith.
container. In between looks like a green one and a
So
dark one.
this guy is a retired detective, homicide detective. So, and he also is part of the Cold Case Foundation. Hi, Polly. Good morning. If you watch and listen to Don Wells, he changes the story all the time. Who the girl on the swing, and next thing you know, he got Robin Lane's daughter on the swing. See, I don't really feel like I don't know. I can't even say. I was gonna say I don't really feel like Don is like involved only to the point where he's protecting Candace. Like I feel like Candace had her. She went missing with, when Candace had her and was in charge of her. And I feel like if anybody had anything to do with anything, it was Candace. I'm not saying she actually purposely did something, but if it was an accident or whatever, I could see Dawn, trying to protect Candace by changing stories and whatever, but he wasn't even there. Yes. I see that. I can see that, David. And stay off of the YouTube channels. No YouTube channel so far has helped. I don't I don't see it.
On the left, but the red one's in the middle. So, what do you think? Could that be the same um, container that's in the back of the truck? Allegedly, that picture. If so, maybe that's the red container. Now, what I wanted to do here is, and at that time, you could see down to the road clearly. You could see clearly that a car could pass through there in the back. You could also see where the work.
Hannibal, this is he does a tour of the Summer Wells house. Um he did it right in the beginning. I want to say within like what probably within a month or two of her going missing. He visited the family and interviewed Candace and got a tour of the house.
Workers had been working because they were still there at the time, working on looks like the power lines of
Oh,
sort.
glam.
The challenge is in
I'll say too, I really do feel like um who was it that was in here the other day and we were talking about it? I feel like life is different when you live in the country. And I think like a lot of people that live in town and stuff, they don't really realize the differences. Like guns. You're gonna find almost every home in the country has a gun. That's how people are out in the country. Like, even if they go outside and shoot their rifle into the air or whatever, people in the country usually own guns. Um, and I don't know, just different. There's just different ways of life in the country that I don't think that a lot of these like city people understand. So they looked at it like it was so abnormal. Now I will say, obviously, their house is abnormal. The setup of their house is not, what we're used to seeing. Um, the what would I say? The condition of the home isn't what most of us are used to seeing. Uh, I don't know, but there's little things here and there that I see that I could totally like write off just to the fact that they're in the country. Um, Not saying that I'm not saying either way. Do I think they did it? Do I think they didn't? But I could see where it could be like an accident, and then Dawn would help her, cover it up or whatever. But at this point, it's gone on so long. I really feel like if they're involved, there would be some sort of update in the case or whatever. But we're not getting anything.
order for, again, going back to this abduction, which again, I do not, I
Yeah,
don't
the
buy.
swing, that's another thing, David. That's a country thing. Like, um, the things kids play with in the country, I think most people that live in town would be like mortified, because I know I grew up in town. And when we had kids, my husband had, was a country boy. And so when we had kids, the things that, my husband would introduce them to, I was like mortified. I never did any of that stuff as a kid, like riding dirt bike, motorbikes. And they were only like 4 and 5 years old on motorbikes. So it's just different. Life is different in the country. And I can see where people would be kind of nervous about certain things, because I know I was for years. I mean, we've been out here 20 some years. I still don't think I'm a full country girl.
By that theory, personally, this is my opinion, okay? Because the terrain is too difficult, as well as a whole bunch of other behavioral
Exactly. Hi,
factors.
Carlotta. Good morning.
I still am of the belief, and if this was my investigation, this is how I would proceed, that
Yes, Carlotta. That was honestly, that was like one of the reasons my husband wanted in the country so bad, because it's true. City kids and country kids are very different. The things they do to occupy their time is way different. And your kids grew up just fine. Oh, yeah, exactly. Like I was just saying the other day too, Dax, we have a creek behind our house, and the kids made it still there today. I don't think my daughter uses it, but my boys were boys, But they have like a rope swing to like get from one side of the creek to the other side of the creek. I mean, the boys definitely gave me more uh, anxiety than my daughter, but my daughter is kind of fearless too. She's just not as reckless.
this is a situation where somebody had access to the property, and or familiarity to the parents or the property uh,
Yes,
at
exactly, Glam. Or Brandy. Yeah, exactly. Like my daughter got like a BB gun when she was probably 5. That's just how things are out here. And I do see where people in the city could be like, "What?" shocked and stuff, but it's just a totally different way of life.
the time. This is not
Morning, Austin.
a high risk offender, again, coming back in to snatch a 5-year old little girl out of a basement. Just my opinion. Now, Candace comes up behind me here, and so that's why I turned pretty abruptly with this.
Yes, Dax. Like they would take. I remember one year my son made a huge teepee out of like branches from the pines that had fallen during the winter and stuff. Just you know, country kids have huge imaginations. Brandy riding at Cook's Forest would be awesome.
There's that red container. You can clearly see it right there.
Hey.
It's going to come out to the left. Now the door's open. Now,
Morning, last nerve.
here's one of the points I want to point out. That was well over, close to 2 minutes, maybe 3 minutes. Candace said she lost sight of her, right? Maybe 2 minutes.
Oh, Hannibal, that'd be
Well, there you go.
awesome.
We all just experienced her going inside the house, okay, now coming out of the house, and I think I'm going to have to go back and time it. Maybe somebody can do that after this, and that is how long 2 minutes can be. So one of the things to consider here is she went into the house, okay, probably
Yeah, Fish, my before my son went into the Corps, he and a few of his buddies and my husband, it was the middle of winter and they went camping in Allegheny and they had a blast.
a minute before me. So I think she's been in there at least 3 to 4 minutes at this point. Okay. Now she's changed her story a couple of times from 2 minutes to 10 minutes to I'm not really sure. I don't keep time.
Who said that? Glam? Yeah, see, Glam, and that's what I'm saying. Like kids in town, I don't know about everywhere, but like I know, like I said, I grew up in town. So kids in town here, the stuff that they do, it's more, like walking to the store, taking walks around town with your friends, stuff like that. The stuff that country kids do, they come up with these ideas that are, off the wall and half of the time dangerous, but they survive. I don't know. It gave me anxiety, especially with my boys. My boys were way more nerve wracking about the stuff that they would do, and I had never been around like when I was a nanny, it was always girls. It was never boys. So the level of adventure in the boys would always get me nervous.
You'll hear her at this time. By this time, she had been grilled whether or not the door was open.
Yes, Hannibal. That's how my boys started. They got their first dirt bike at my oldest was 5 and my younger son was 4. And then my daughter, I think she was like 5 or 6 before we got her first one. But yeah, they started riding young. I was a nervous wreck as a mom, I'm telling you. Half the time, if they were riding, I had to go in the house and my husband had to deal with it because I was too
The
anxious.
door was locked. She's given it both, in both presentations in terms of it's open, it's locked. And then for me, she turns to make it a point, okay, that I'm not really sure if it's opened or locked. Okay? Well, that's a convenience statement, right? That's it. That's an adaptation statement because she's already presented it to the authorities in the beginning of what she recalled it being that day. And it sounds like she wasn't positive, or she is positive, and now she's adapting because the basement's not in play as a hypothetical. I have much more respect for what you're telling me by standing here, and I got my little camera here, but I'm looking at this terrain, and I'm going, holy cow, she could have even. What I was going to say to her, but I didn't. She could have even walked away. Now, there's a couple of things that I've been struggling with personally about this house. Okay? One of them is not only this door, you saw this door closed a minute ago. And then, of course, the basement door that has one-way glass on it, so you can't see in. So these are the only 2 points of entry into this home at this time when Summer goes missing. And what's interesting is Candace goes into that door, this door, and she was in there as you could tell for quite some time. And when she comes out, she leaves it wide open. I had not asked her if I could go into the house yet. So I have to ask myself, okay, is this her habit pattern? Is this a baseline for the way she thinks or does things? Is she confused in relationship
Glam,
to
just wait.
Whether or not she opens it, or locks it when she leaves, or opens it when she leaves? Because she also says in this video, and I'm going to point it out, that the boys were locked in. Okay? Nobody in
I kind of feel like David, that family, Allie and the grandma, I feel like they totally would push them under the bus and accuse them of wrongdoing and everything just because of their past. Allie does not seem like a very nice person.
Nobody out. Okay. And, just in its general appearance, I mean, if you've got 3 children in this environment, it's pretty rough. It's pretty rough. And this is probably only one reason why CPS was all over this. A million possibilities here. Yeah, down there, and there's the road down there.
Yeah, that's the road.
Yeah, see, Fish, that's my thing. I would totally miss the lake if we moved away. But our summers are so short that we don't get to enjoy it for very long.
Okay.
Like literally,
And this right here, that was another good shot of the bin.
usually you can see the road because they have went through here and mowed
Okay.
and took down a bunch of stuff away from the power lines.
Okay.
But usually it's full up, you can't even see the road.
That day though, how was it? Was it folded up
They
or was
actually,
it like
that day and a few days prior to that, they were working on this.
Okay.
So
And
I've even come to a conclusion maybe one of them people have snatched it.
Oh, interesting. Now that's a really interesting statement because she says she's come to the conclusion maybe one of those people. So
Okay, we have to remember too here that Candace is not super intelligent. I don't believe that either of them are, but Dawn is, way more so than what Candace is. So the way she words things like that, I have come to the conclusion. I don't think she literally means, yeah, that's exactly what happened. I've just decided that, I think she means that that could have happened, and it could have happened. That's what I don't like is the picking apart and making nothing into the somethings, and because, like I said, you can be a crap person and still not have done anything, to your daughter. And I think that because of their past and because of the way they live and everything else, I think people are very quick to think that, what they're saying has more meaning behind it. And also, I don't know if Candace would be intelligent enough to stick to a lie and get away with it,
what she's doing is she's processing either how does it fit into the narrative, or is this a possibility? If this was at the theory, still is probably not off the table, but there's not a high probability of a random abduction. Maybe she's thinking, and I don't know. I just know what she's saying. So I'm listening, for every word that's coming out of her mouth, just to think about what are the possibilities.
Oh my gosh,
And
Fish, that's so funny. That's like our family treat. Like I grew up with it in my stocking every year. I grew up with it in my Easter basket every year. It's totally an eerie thing. That's so funny. We were just at the store the other night, and anytime my husband wants to get me something little, or something, that's what he gets. And the other day we stopped at the store, and didn't he come out with a bag of sponge candy, which I have not opened because that stuff's dangerous. If I open it and have one piece, the whole bag's going to be gone. Danny, you need to visit South Carolina. Back home, most places have little ponds or close by lake plus the ocean. We are looking at timeshares so I can go back home just to be, aw, Brandy. We have been to Myrtle Beach before. It's been years, probably 15 to 20 years since we were, but I loved it. That was actually where my son always said he wanted to live when he grew up, but after being in North Carolina, he was like, nope, because the humidity is so horrible.
and so what I'm doing is really sincerely listening
The
to
orange
what she
twist,
has
yes,
to say
yum.
and how she's adapting to my
And
question.
Blue Moon.
And so we're going to hear some, shifting
Okay, sponge
tonight
candy.
that I think
I
is
could
pretty
actually even
interesting.
I could actually even go get it, Dax, and show you. The sponge candy is. I don't even know what the inside of the sponge part is made of. I would assume some sort of corn syrup, and it the inside, the spongy part like melts in your mouth. My favorite is Stefanelli's. Like we have different, you know, we have Polacco's, we have Stefanelli's, we have Romulo's, we have different chocolate factories. And my favorite is definitely Stefanelli's. I can go get it and show you.
We're all the way up here.
Yeah,
on
I
my
see.
property.
I see those. The path down there. I see
Yeah.
the tracks down there.
Yep.
You over there.
And they were all the way up here to my light pole.
Okay. Now, see that would be a very, very tough scenario, because if all of those workers, if any one of them was involved in this abduction, number one, you're at work on the wire lines, and what are you going to do with a 5-year-old kid with your other colleagues around you? Okay? So obviously the tree guys, the pole, you know, they're working down there. That would mean you have a team of abductors, because somebody in that group, somebody is going to say, hey, what are you doing with the kid? So that really doesn't make sense. Okay, so I think she's, you know, still trying to process what fits. Okay? What fits. This was early on, remember. Okay. Okay. And you told TBI all this,
I've
right?
told TBI this, yes.
Okay. Okay. And yeah, I can see the cars going by. That is not far from your property.
Mm-mm.
Is there a It's probably about 75 yards. Holler down there? I mean, is there a river of some sort?
The creek runs all the way around the property.
And how deep is the creek? Okay, just so it's like an inch,
Yeah.
inch or two. Okay.
You'd be lucky to get wet enough to do anything.
Okay. All right, so let's pick it up from where, and I'm going to just use this little one. Is that okay?
Fine.
Okay, so from when you got home, now she's leaning.
My mom's truck parks here.
Okay, your mom's truck's right here.
Yes.
Okay, so she's leaning against the milk. Is she sleeping?
She was sleeping, yes.
Okay, from exhaustion. Now remember, that is the passenger side. All right, so if her mom's truck is in there, straight in, as she's doing, okay, that means she's got to go around the passenger side, or if she's on the driver's side, then Summer has to come out that driver door. So let's listen to what she says. Question from that day?
Yeah, she was, where I woke her up early, and she usually sleeps until 9, 10, even 12 o'clock if I let her.
Okay, how did the milk bottle? Now, woke her up early. So if we go with the hospital scenario, then grandma's appointment is really important that time. And if it's around the 8:30 mark, thereabouts, various timeline in relationship to that. Still, let's keep that in mind. So let's hypothesize for the sake of, this particular piece, that Summer is up 7:30-ish a.m. So she's attributing some of her tiredness to being up early in the morning. Get rearranged. Hunter said he had them on the floor and then he put them next to him.
They weren't.
Is that true?
No.
Okay, so walk me through that.
When we dropped them off, they were actually still on his lap.
Okay.
And he put them on the other side of Summer.
Okay, so he reached over?
Yeah, he set them over there by that. What's a black tote she had in there?
Okay, where's it? And you see that black tote?
Okay, I brought my sponge candy. Hold on. So look in, hold on. Trying to get it the best. All right, I might have to do it this way. Hold on. All right, so this is what it looks like. I'll take a bite and you can see the inside. It's chocolate on the outside, and then this is what it looks like on the inside. I don't know how well you guys can see it, but anyway, that's what it is. This is the Stefanelli one. This is what the bag looks like. But yeah, it's totally an eerie thing. All right, let me move me back up. All right.
So next to the red one in the back there, that looks like maybe that's the tote in the back of the truck and the tote on the seat in the truck. I don't know, but they sure match the color. that towed at?
I think actually my mom's got it still in her truck. It's got a bunch of cramps and stuff in it.
Okay, got it. And now from when you pulled up, did she just fall asleep next to that?
She fell asleep, I'd say maybe 5 minutes down the road.
Okay. Now that's an interesting statement because those photographs were taken, I think, about 8 minutes down the road. So that could be a true statement, right? Got it. And then, so walk me through, you get home, you take the groceries inside. Is Don home, by the way?
No, he's not.
Okay, so I tried to throw a knuckleball at her. I presented the groceries, okay? And then I said, I slipped in, was Don home? And she's pretty quick there. She caught that right away.
Actually, I parked the truck. And I
Now, whenever somebody says the word actually, okay, they're going to change the narrative.
opened both doors really hard because this lawnmower is. But I opened the doors up and I shook her. I said, "Wake up, we're at home." She jumped right up.
Okay.
Like nothing. I unbuckled her and.
Now, that is also a really interesting statement because in the truck, we see that Summer is buckled. This was, in my opinion, a true statement. She did unbuckle her.
She jumped right up.
Okay.
Like nothing. I unbuckled her and.
Now, that is also a really interesting statement. Because in the truck, we see that Summer is buckled. This was, in my opinion, a true statement. She did unbuckle her.
I said, "Come on." I said, "Mom, I'll be right back." Went in there and got the boys.
Now, she took a deep breath right there. You see her swallow. Okay. So I'm going to go with this is a 50-50.
And they were sitting at the table. And I said, "Come on, let's get the groceries out." And we brought them all in the house, went through them all, did all that.
Now, here's a question that they pull up and the boys are in the house at the table. The narrative at this point, obviously, that everybody has heard, is that they're playing games, video games. We've heard YouTube, we've heard, all kinds of video stuff, right? Let's just stay with they're in the house at the table. So at what point does she go into the house?
Can you hear me now? Lotus. Okay. All right, hold on. Let me add the video back. I think I messed it up when I showed the candy. The candy broke it. Thank you, Carlotta. All right, let me know if you can hear this video okay when I put it on.
House. Okay, to get them. And at what point or where did Summer go? Let's listen to that one more time. It's really important.
It's really hard with this lawnmower of his. But I opened the doors up and I shook down. I said, "Wake up, we're at home."
Okay.
Like nothing. I unbuckled her and I said, "Come on."
She jumped up, but she unbuckled her.
Morning, Becca.
Right? So what she meant to say, or what would be the proper sequence, is she unbuckles her and she jumps right up.
Uh-oh, no, what happened? I didn't hear anything, Becca. Did something happen? Candy breaks everything, including my diet, Dax. Yeah, we talk food and the stream just falls apart. I stopped at one piece, mind you, Lilith. And y'all made me eat that one piece. That was my breakfast. All right, I will twerk for you at the end of the show because I kind of feel like it's not appropriate right now.
I said, "Mom, I'll be right back." Well, went in there. I got the boys and they were sitting in that.
Okay, so she swallowed, right? She wasn't sure, in my opinion. Okay? But she goes into the house, okay, and goes into the room, into the kitchen, okay, and gets the boys. Well, where's Summer at this point? Where is Summer at this point? Because
Oh no, Becca. Her heart rate was extremely low. Oh no, I haven't heard anything. I don't really know her, so I probably wouldn't hear anything. Oh, Lotus, you missed it. This twerk is R-rated. That's why we'll wait till the end.
she's jumped up and is out of that car now. So Kansas is going to have to go into that house or tie
Morning, Arrow.
the narrative together with Summer.
Table. And I said, "Come on, let's get the groceries out."
Like, I
And
just
we
feel like he went into this thinking that she was lying, you know? And I don't know, maybe that's, you know, part of his training. Like, you gotta suspect everybody in the beginning. I don't know. That the avatar really busts it down. Yes, Patty. Okay, so all right, y'all are right on point with me. I wanted your opinions on
I'm
him.
all in the house. Went through them all.
And
Did all that.
and this is her. That's her
That's
swing.
her swing right.
Okay, so you notice she didn't
Hi, Bug Love.
qualify.
Good morning.
She just said, "Come on, let's get all the groceries out." And she didn't say that the boys, you know, at this point early on, I know we're nitpicking here, but it's important that the minutia details of these statements and early on could become critical to understand what the truth is, because in there are pieces of the truth. Okay?
Come show me her swing. Why is this? And who's this?
So what I
Right.
did,
So that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to give him more of the benefit of the doubt that at this time around, because when he did this in the beginning, this is when I stopped watching him. When he did this tour, well, this is still the first time. He's just commenting as he goes through. So this is the same video as his first video, without the first video doesn't have his commentary on the side like this. But yeah, after that first one, I was like, I can't watch him. So I'm trying to give him more of the benefit of the doubt. Maybe it's because of his, career that he has to go in with skepticism right off the bat, I don't know.
Is I shifted her thought process back to Summer by utilizing her swing as the discussion point.
That is Smoking Boots. That's my boys' cat.
And how many dogs?
Oh,
do
I
you
don't
have
blame you,
here on the
Bug.
property
I
that?
had said because I wasn't going to show this just because it was from him, but everybody really wanted to see the house tour, and I was like, okay, I'll bite it for this time. I'll watch them. But yeah, I totally agree, and I see where you're coming from, Bug. So I totally understand. You do what you got to do.
Honestly, I don't know because people just keep dropping them off.
Hi. I know.
It's okay.
Okay.
It's
Okay. Sorry. So this is her swing.
That's this one.
This is her playground.
Yep.
Okay, what I was doing here is the same thing we did at the water hole. You'll notice she's not having everything slow down. Okay? So think about that. She was just at the water hole and she was having a moment where, as remember in the last video, if you haven't seen it, go watch it, okay, where everything slowed down, almost like a PT.
I should not probably point this out because I'm not trying to shame him or anything, but it took me quite a while to pick up on his speech impediment. And then once I did, it's like I'm hyper focused there. And I wish I weren't.
PTSD response. Okay? But here,
Did he for
she's
real,
talking
Lotus?
openly,
No, he was a New York one, wasn't
as
he?
if, yep, there's your swing, there's Smoking Boots, and it's like this just casual conversation, not that it's a traumatic conversation. Okay? That's something to pay attention to, in my opinion.
She loved this area. Boy, I'm looking at this, and this terrain, Candace, just strikes me as being so dense and just. Is that what they say, the dog trail? Where's this dog trail thing? That
I'm not sure, honestly.
there.
So she doesn't know where the dog trail is. She doesn't, anyway, at this early stage. Yet, by this time, the dog.
Yes. Lilith, you know what's funny about that is that's what I do. The whole time I'm listening to him, I'm trying to repeat the certain words that his speech impediment comes out in. I'm trying to repeat them the way he does. Like, it's so weird. So I have a really hard time focusing on what he's saying because the whole time I'm focused on that and trying to get the pronunciation the way he does. Like, I drive myself nuts.
Had allegedly tracked down the dog trail.
So many of them.
The dogs go in every different
Yeah,
way.
I saw the dogs came out of the woods as we were pulling up.
Yeah.
Okay.
They do that all the time.
Okay.
Now, the next shift you're going to see in emotion
Maybe Glam.
in her is the boys had just been taken
Lotus.
either the day before. And so she's going to start thinking, and you're going to see her countenance and you're going to see her whole body compress. Okay?
Irma!
When she
Good
starts
morning,
thinking
Irma.
about the boys. And so I shift that conversation because I know that was a lot of weight for her.
Yeah, see, Arrow, I'm obsessed with like how people talk and accents and pronunciations and stuff like that. So for me, it's not so much that it's an impediment. It's just that it's a different kind of almost like dialect or something, So I try to imitate it, and I don't know. It never sounds like his.
That she was, projecting.
That trail right there, my boys, they ride those dirt bikes that are leaning against the truck over there.
Okay.
All right, and this is where I think it's a possibility that the reason the dogs scented Summer down those trails is because the boys ride the motorcycles, and as we all know, there's those TikToks videos of Summer chasing the boys on their motorcycles.
No,
So
Jilly, because I
I
love yours and I
believe
would butcher it.
that it's a real possibility that, yeah, the dogs did scent Summer, but I also think it's a possibility because she constantly would chase the boys on those little mini bikes. They're like 50cc.
Patty, that's I always say yeah instead of you. That's one of my huge ones. And I always say gonna instead of going to.
Mini bikes.
You can see there's one of them.
Okay.
And they
Those are
on,
like 50 cc's, aren't they?
yeah.
Yeah.
That one ain't. I think it's only like 25, I think.
Okay.
But yeah, they go down that trail with their dirt bikes and then come back up on the.
See, and she said it. They go down those trails, and the dirt bikes, and they come back up over the road. So, um, it's possible that the bloodhounds were tracking Summer correctly, but it's not necessarily as a result of going down to the road from an abductor.
Road up on the driveway and go around and stuff.
What was it about this swing that is just so important for her?
She liked it. She just liked to swing. All the kids did.
Now, I don't want to talk about.
Now, I'm sure that she got called out because she said all the kids did instead of all the kids do. But I can't remember. Is this after the boys were taken from them? That Chris, I can't remember if Chris did this before. If it was after the boys were taken, that's, that's why she would have said it in past tense. Not that they're not with us anymore, but that they're not there anymore. But I know that the tragedy pimps probably jumped on that.
Okay, so now she has a shift. The moment she said all the kids did, okay, she now has an emotional shift.
The boys right now, because I know that's.
I think some people just do. Like, I'm the same way, Fish. I pick up, on accents. But, like, I have a friend that is upstate New York, which is, I've been told I have an upstate New York accent. But when I'm around her, like, it really comes out. And her son, it's really apparent. Like, we always joke, one of our, like, jokes with that family is Betty Cracker, because when he says Betty Crocker, it comes out Betty Cracker. And we just, I don't know, I'm obsessed with accents. I just love the different ways that people say things. I don't know why. I'm weird.
A tough another part.
And she picks the cat up. I think we can all agree there's some weight going on here, and it could be in response to the boys, and so she's using the cat as comfort, which
Arrow, that's funny. It's the opposite with my husband and I. I have to be the one, the one to finish his sentences.
my heart goes out to her. But it also could be,
I can't
by the way,
stand BHB.
we're all human beings, and people sometimes are just really bad people and evil. I've seen it, trust me. If you haven't seen my interviews with Wesley Dodd, you're underestimating where I'm coming from. Okay? I don't empathize in relationship to what they did. I empathize in relationship to they are still human, and we should at least have compassion in relationship to trying to find out, is Summer part of their problem? And the only way you get...
Well, at least you don't forget what you're saying halfway through your sentence like I do, Arrow. You guys have to be like so patient, because I'll be in the middle of saying something and I'm like, I forget what I was saying. I'll think of it. Hold on, guys.
to that is treat people with dignity and respect, whether or not you agree or disagree with what they may have or have not done. At this point, what I know for sure is Summer is missing. I also know for sure at this point with her is her 3 children have been taken away as well. So she's using the cat as comfort. Okay? And you can see her...
Me too, Brandy, but like if you tell me to do a certain accent, I won't be able to. Like, I don't know what accents I'm actually doing. But yeah, I'll break into an accent and I'll do it on and off the entire day. But like I said, I don't ever know which accent it actually is. I'm bad at knowing where the accent comes from.
Countenance changing.
Part of your heart, okay? And that's none of my business.
Right.
I'm not here for any
It's
of
not.
it.
She doesn't have the skill, in my opinion, to process all of that emotion. Now, does she have the skill to play, i.e., I'll guess your weight for $10 at the carnival? Of course, okay? Of course. Okay? But some of these emotional responses are automatic from her central nervous system, and she can't really figure out how to manipulate those, right? So this is what makes her believable to folks, to a lot of people, okay? Is because she has this capability, to turn some volume on, turn some volume off. But this type of emotion is locked into the emotional response from something going on up here. Something's going on. And it could be what we
It
call
does
carryover
sometimes,
stress
Glam.
from the water hole, okay? Where your stress is, you're still processing now the water hole, the boy's missing, summer, maybe I did something, maybe this person did something. So there's a lot of things going on here right now, okay? And I was trying to move her towards this open conversation and keep her, folks, in there, right? Street smarts, yep. It could
Good
be
morning,
street smarts.
PR.
Yeah, I agree with that, but she's manipulative as a whole.
You know what I mean? I'm not here to judge anybody, right?
Right.
I'm here to talk about.
You see,
Oh,
when
the
I
heck
said
you're
that,
not.
I'm not here to judge anybody. How did she answer me? All right. Okay. Now, what she underestimates me, okay, what she underestimates me is uh, this is not my first rodeo. Okay. Uh, not, and she wasn't even close, because over the time here, I've come back to study this multiple times and caught some things.
Summer
Yeah.
and help you find Summer, okay? And help anybody help
Right.
find her, okay? That
Yeah.
message.
Okay, this is a very interesting move from her. This is a defense mechanism. She takes her hat off and she starts, messing with her hair. Watch how many times you see her do this when she's starting to get stuck, i.e., I'm not sure if I'm selling this correctly.
Okay, so you go into the house.
Go in the house and
Can I follow?
I shift her thought process back into away from Summer into let's talk environment.
Follow you in, or do you comfortable with that? Huh?
I don't know why the dogs do it. It's still the cat food.
And is this they're gonna attack me?
No.
Oh, I was just I'm teasing you. The dog's gonna attack me.
They're harmless.
So this is the
Get out.
the scaffolding you're talking about.
Yeah, that's my. Yeah, that's
Okay, so she comes up, jumps up, and goes right in.
Yep.
Okay, how many cats?
You
know
too,
what? You should
Amy.
have like
Thanks
a-
for coming in.
Now, see, I gave her the answer, and she dovetailed right into the answer. Okay. I.e., Summer jumped right up, went right in, and she goes, "Yep."
zoo license.
Well, how does that correlate to the groceries?
You know, I'm seeing all kinds of
No.
critters, which is good. Okay, where's Summer's bed?
Oh, it's in the basement.
Got it. Okay. So what happens when she comes in? The boys are playing where?
No, the boys are actually sitting here.
Okay.
Now, that's interesting because the boys, if we look at those original photographs of their room, it's much different right now, and it's just a couple of weeks later. So I started thinking about, I want to see clothing in relationship to Summer. Okay.
And they're actually sitting right here at the table watching TV.
Okay, so they're at the table
Yeah,
watching TV. Okay.
They were all locked in. Nobody could get in. Nobody could get out.
Okay.
Wow, stop. Did you hear that? They're all locked in. Nobody can get in. Nobody can get out. So,
Okay, we talked about this the other day. Um, this is the stuff that bothers me. The nitpicking at certain things. I was told that as a child. If I stayed home alone, nobody comes in, you do not go out. Like, that was the rule. So I don't think that that's all that weird that she said that. Good morning, Leah.
I think we have to assume, based on what we just heard there, that when she left in the morning, she locked them in. And that, I would assume, means the basement door is also locked. Right? Because remember at the water hole, she says, well, you know, they were basically awake sleeping. You know, kind of one of those things. So if they were sleeping and she's gone, i.e., to the adventure to the hospital with grandma, picking up Hunter, and you know, it's kind of a spontaneous thing where, you know, next thing you know, we're at the water hole. I'm not really sure, you know, if that's lining up for me. What say you, right? Because these kids now, the boys.
Let's be honest, Chris. You don't care what anybody else thinks. You are the end all be all. So
boys are at this house by themselves, locked in, nobody in, nobody out. And I'm going to play that back one more time so you can hear it again.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow. And who's the guy?
That's her ex-husband.
Wow.
I don't know why the dog do it. It's still the cat food.
And is this they're going to attack me?
No.
Oh, I was just I'm teasing you. The dog's going to attack me. So this is the
So after this house tour, guys, Chris left YouTube for like a little bit because he got so much crap after this, after the original video.
the scaffolding you're talking about.
Yeah, that's my. Yeah, that's
Okay, so she comes up, jumps up, and goes right in.
Yep.
Exactly,
Okay.
Patty.
How many cats? You know what? You should have like a zoo license. You know, I'm seeing all kinds of.
No.
And when he says stuff like that, he wants it to come off like he's joking, and you know darn well he's not joking. In the back of his head, he's thinking they really should have a license for this many pets, you know?
Of critters, which is good. Okay, where's Summer's bed?
Oh, it's in the basement.
Got it. Okay. So what happens when she comes in? The boys are playing where?
No, the boys are actually sitting here,
Okay.
and they're actually sitting right here at the table watching TV.
Okay, so they're at the table.
Okay, do you see her hat? See her move her hand to her hat? Okay, stress.
Yeah, I come
Watching
in and
TV.
get 'em.
Okay.
They were all locked in. Nobody could get in. Nobody could get out. Kind
Okay.
of thing.
They're all
All right,
locked in.
wouldn't anybody be stressed if your daughter was missing and your boys were taken from you? I think I'd be stressed too. Durr.
Nobody can get in, nobody can get out.
Now, who's this on up here?
That statement was so profound,
We
shifted
talked
her
about that
focus.
too,
quickly.
listeners. Hi, Amazing G.
That's my little sister that's missing.
Oh, that's Rose.
That's Rosie.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Wow. And who's the guy?
That's her ex-husband.
Wow. Do you think he had anything to do with that?
I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, we don't want to go
I
there.
can't say.
How's
yes
your
or
mom
no.
deal with that?
It's difficult.
Yeah, I know. You know I know, right? So, okay, watch it.
Okay, now on that table right there is where looks like the orange soda bottle is located.
I know
Yeah.
he's trained in this. We are not, right? But what I want to know what the significance is of the orange crush or sun-kissed. I can't remember which it was. But I don't know. I don't understand where he's going with the orange crush. And I'm sure that there's a reasoning behind it because he's trained to do this, but I don't understand what the significance is. I know it was in the car and now they see it in the house, but what does that mean? Like, I don't understand.
And you can see as we get closer, I'm going to have to stop it real fast.
TV, where's Summer?
Summer, she was with me.
Okay, so
Okay. Remember the hat movement there? Okay. When I said, where's Summer?
He's a retired homicide detective, Irma.
She pauses like it's an afterthought. Summer?
See, there's numerous things that I felt like that about Diva. Yeah, he's retired, but he's a retired, I believe, New York homicide detective, and then he also is involved with the Cold Case Foundation.
Oh, yeah, right? My mind. Oh, yeah, Summer. Oh, she was with me. So now, you see, that was a knuckleball because Summer went into the house.
Oh no, Leah, is she
went
okay?
into the house. The boys are playing, okay, and said, she says, "Come on, let's go get the groceries." Okay.
See, Patty, my boys were so messy growing up, but I'll tell you what, they were nowhere near as messy as what my daughter is. And both of now my oldest, they move into their new home on Friday, so we'll see how well that goes, but I would imagine that their house is going to be immaculately clean. My younger son, he's the Marine, so of course their house is immaculately clean. That's one thing the Marines does instill in you.
And then I said, "Well, where's Summer?"
It's okay, last nerve.
Thought, "Oh, yeah, Summer. Oh, she was with me." So she's filling some gaps here quickly. So she's able to adapt and improvise back to the street smart kind of game, okay, and potentially some manipulation, okay, rather rapidly, pretty rapidly. So I'm not buying you're going to guess my weight yet.
walk me through that.
All right, well, we walked up in here and we got Josie, Wyatt, and Waylon, the boys.
Okay, so I now reversed her into the story. See if she can tell me the story backwards, i.e., I'm taking you back out of the house.
Right.
Well,
you put the groceries down, right?
Yeah, well, we went back out and then we brought the groceries in and put them down.
Now, what was interesting there is she used the word we. So that, right? That could be Summer. Reverse.
And then Mom,
Or it could be the boys.
she went and took her stuff to her house, put her stuff away.
Okay.
And then, of course, me and Summer went back over, put our stuff away.
Okay.
So they get the groceries, go to Grandma's, put her stuff away, then they go back and put their groceries away, right? Well, what did the boys grab? What did the boys grab? Okay.
You went back in.
Yeah, me and Summer went back in the house.
There's the hat. See the hat? Every time she's not sure, in my opinion, that hat becomes important to watch.
And then we were just doing normal stuff.
See, she's thinking. She's thinking. She doesn't know what to say because she's running out of, maybe this guy's not buying our narrative, my narrative.
See, I would never make it as a detective because to me, all I hear, I mean, I couldn't tell you minute by minute what I did on any given day.
So she's pausing, right? This is one of these situations where,
oh my gosh, never
we see it in
Dax.
the interview room with, this is consciousness of guilt. It's a sign of deception that when,
Night, Leah. I hope she feels better.
Where You get these guys, they come in for an interview and they know they're going home, but they bring their friend. This would be one of the moments where she would have had somebody in the lobby, and I'll just say whoever, right? The guy sitting in the lobby, and this would be the moment where Candace would go, um, I don't, just like normal stuff, right? Things we always do. Okay. Um, but in this case, we're talking about her daughter gone. Okay. Her daughter gone. So this emotional
Right,
response
Patty.
here isn't even as heavy as it was at the water hole. So in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to watch this really close here, and I'm moving her emotionally, and I threw a couple of curveballs at her, a couple of knuckleballs. This was a knuckle. Now, what she's doing with her hands wide open is she's
See, I can't help it. I just don't like. I don't know. The way he handles it, I don't like. But like I said, granted, he's the one that has um, the history and the experience and everything. But my thing when he did this was, you aren't a detective on this case. Like I felt like he went in on false pretenses. He like made her think that he was on her side and friends and everything, and then he went in and basically tore them down, and I just felt like that was unprofessional.
convincing me that, well, I don't know, we just do this, right? So let's watch this whole interaction pretty closely again, and you're going to see it pretty quickly as I'm going to let it play through.
And then mom, she took her stuff to her house, put her stuff away.
Good morning, Lady
And
Starfire.
me and someone went back over, put our stuff away.
Okay.
Now, did you hear her use a convincing statement to me? Okay. And of course, me and Summer. Okay. Well, okay, I didn't know, it had to be an of course. Okay. Well, of course it does. That's the narrative. That's the narrative. Uh, let's see here. Okay, sorry about that. I got a text message.
You went back in.
Yeah. me and
Us
Seth
moms
went
are
back in
good
the
for
house.
that, Hugh.
And then we were just doing normal stuff.
Okay.
Okay, that's a bingo card for 500. That is a lie.
See, this bothers me, you guys.
That is the first time I've thrown a bingo card on Candace.
Starfire.
That, in my opinion, is a turning point in this investigation. This part of her narrative, listen to it again, is a huge
Same.
bingo.
Same, Patty. In fact, I was trying to figure that out today, what time I fell asleep last night, because one of my best friends, I was texting with him and I had a whole paragraph in the send box that I never hit send on. And I looked and it was only at like, I don't know, 8:50 or something. I'm like, I wasn't sleeping yet then.
Card for 500.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow. And who's the guy?
That's her ex-husband.
Wow. Do you think he had anything to do with that?
I don't know.
Nicole, I have to do one today for Lilith because my other scale was broke when I went to do it the other day, so I ordered a new one. But I have to do that today to ship out to her, so I can let you know then. I'm not quite sure. I think that there is a barcode, but I don't know. Maybe it's just your tracking that identifies it.
Okay. Yeah, we don't want to go
I
there.
can't say.
How's
yes
your
or no.
mom?
I don't know. I can't say. Okay, I don't want to get distracted. I want to go back to that other point.
Deal with that?
It's difficult.
Yeah, I know.
No, me
You
not.
know I know,
I can't
right?
either. Last nerve.
So, okay, watching TV. Where's Summer?
Summer, she was with me.
Okay, so walk me through that.
All right, well, we walked up in here and we got Josie
All
Wyatt.
right. So that's like the first time I ever saw. I didn't realize their room. Like, is there actual bedrooms in this house? Because it looks like the boys' bedroom was the living room.
On the boys.
Right.
Well,
You put the groceries down, right?
Yeah, well, we went back out and then we brought the groceries in and put them down. And then Mom, she went and took her stuff to her house, put her stuff away.
Okay.
And then, of course, me and Summer went back over, put our stuff away.
Okay. You went back in.
Yeah, me and Summer went back in the house. And then we were just doing normal stuff.
It goes to show you that, like, you find your crowd on here, you know? Because exactly how I felt watching it is exactly what all of you are saying. But he has a huge following. So, I mean, a lot of people must like him, you know?
Okay.
Around the house like we normally do.
So you'll notice when she said it also, she looks away from me. Right? And she's not making eye contact with me at that point. She doesn't want to look at me. Right? Because I think she is.
I'll just say, too, I get the impression that she's not comfortable around people. She's not comfortable in, like, social settings. I just get that feeling about her. So, I think a lot of people that are, like, get social anxiety and stuff have trouble making eye contact. I'm the exact opposite because I have social anxiety. I'm always super aware of whether I'm making eye contact or not. So I try my darndest to make eye contact.
She knows
I'll be right back, guys. I'm just going to grab coffee.
that she's not telling the truth. And this was really, something that I caught early on, and I've been, trying to see what her behavior is, what's her baseline in relationship to, every time she starts to feel a little, heat. That hat is almost like a pressure cooker. It releases the thought process and gives her a chance to regroup.
And I come out, Mom was sitting there at the time I come out and I'm standing here.
Okay.
I was like, what are you doing? What are you staring at? She's like, these plants, I gotta get them transplanted.
So Grandma allegedly is more concerned with the flowers than putting her groceries away. Because as you heard here, they went in there, they unpacked them, I don't know how, I guess she could have done it in a couple, less than a minute or two. I don't know. There are some pictures of Grandma at the door looking out. When those were taken, I don't know, but I looked at the interior of that camper and some of those pictures online. Go take a look. That place is pretty disheveled.
I was like, well, Summer will help us, so I went back in. By that time, she was sitting on the floor playing with her toys.
Okay. My Karen says she was sitting on the floor. By that time, she was sitting.
Lotus, that is exactly what I said. I followed him until this point, too, and then I was done. And those were exactly the things that I said. And like, when he says definites, which I don't like, you don't definitely know she's lying. Like he said, she's lying, like point blank period. You don't know that. You're not in somebody's head. Yes, you have training and he probably has, a better skill at telling when somebody's lying than say you or I, but it's not a definite. You can't look at somebody and say they are definitely lying. Even the behavior panel will tell you that.
On the floor playing with her toys. I thought I heard she was sitting on the porch playing with
it's a retired detective turned journalist, basically, Dax.
her toys. Because at some point, Candace goes back in and gets Summer, who was playing with her toys. So here's the question. Are those toys upstairs
Yeah, he's an
she can
ex-homicide
play with 'em?
detective.
Or are they where the boy said they were? She went downstairs to play with her toys in the basement. Okay, so yeah, so folks are hearing different things. So uh, I thought I heard, porch. My sweetheart said no. She said floor. I said okay. Either way, what was important about that conversation or that statement is if she is on the porch, she's outside with toys. If she's inside, she's on the floor in the kitchen area with toys. So why would she go down in the basement to play with her toys?
Right here?
No, in the kitchen.
See, I even asked her right here because I thought I heard porch. And now she changes, says no, floor, the floor.
Where we were just at.
Okay.
She was actually sitting on the floor.
But you just said that your wife said, she said floor the first time. You just misheard it. See, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if he was wrong. His own wife pointed out that he was wrong.
Playing with the toys at that time. I said, Summer, you want to help plant flowers? And she jumped up, left her toys a mess, of course. That's cool.
Okay, so she left her toys in there, jumped up. So now the next question I hear in my head is, all right, I've heard the story about her planting flowers and now Paw Patrol and all of that stuff. Okay. And so are these new toys? Different toys? Yeah. Floor or porch? Yeah, either one of them. But
Yes, I remember the Twitter thing.
And by the way, these are great statements. And if you're just joining us, thank you for being
Good morning,
here.
Dante.
Please hit that subscribe button and share this video. But either way, we now have a conversation about Summer's toys, which melts right into where the narrative is the boy said she went downstairs in the basement to play with toys. You tell me.
Yeah,
Then we
well,
walked
that's
over
what kids
here.
do. It's their job.
What?
Okay? Get,
You'll notice her pace back over to the camper is somewhat reserved. And now remember, I'm paying attention to everything going on with her. I'm feeling it. I'm sensing it. And I'm watching her reactions where she's not, just in her gait, she's not really quite sure, how this is going to play out here, in my opinion.
Over here, and we transplanted these cactuses from the little pots that they were in. And transplanted these ones here into this bigger pot and that one into that bigger pot. And then she took the rocks that we've gotten from different gem mines when we went up to Gatlinburg and stuff.
okay.
And she's the one that spreaded all the rocks around in here.
So this is where the Gatlinburg story is introduced, and that Summer takes those rocks. Apparently they must have gotten a bunch of rocks because when you...
That's true, Brandy, because I always say I have a habit of blocking out any bad memories. My kids will say, do you remember this or do you remember that? Nope. I don't. Like, if it's a bad memory, I tend to block it out, which is bad. I mean, but I would guess that's some sort of coping mechanism.
We look inside, and that's why I showed that slide earlier. There's a lot of rocks in there, and I guess some of them could have come from Gatlinburg, but Grandma apparently bought or brought back a bunch of rocks from Gatlinburg, and those were the rocks that Summer put into the flower pots there around the cactus.
And then she put her puppies in here. She wanted Chase in there,
Okay.
That was cool.
Where are those puppies now?
What do you mean? What
Oh, the little puppies, her real ones.
Yeah, these little.
Oh, yeah, those little guys. Oh, that's Paw Patrol.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the police one.
Yep, that's Chase. He's always on the case.
Okay. Okay.
And we went
Oh,
in
I see another one over
Yep,
here.
She put him in there. Yeah, you're on the cactus.
Okay? Don't take those out, okay?
No, I leave them right there.
I know.
And then we went in my mom's wood. We can't get in there.
Yeah, that's fine. When
I have to ask a investigative question in my head is why weren't those items collected if they're still there? This is, you know, from an investigator's position, if these are some of the items the child was last playing with, then you'd want to collect that stuff. You'd want to collect that stuff for sure.
We went in there and got some candy and stuff she gets from grandma.
Okay.
Okay, so it sounds like after the rocks are in place, she goes gets the candy.
Okay.
And I said, well, I'm going to go back over to the house.
She forgets the hand washing part.
She wanted to go back.
Really,
so I said I'd
Lotus?
Go back, you know?
I know right after this, he disappeared for a little bit. And I just thought it was like basically that, you know, the YouTube, you know, drove him off because he got so blasted for this particular interview.
So Summer wants to go back into the house. So she figures she would go back.
Okay.
And I brought her, I literally walked over to here. Like literally walked right to here where I could see the boys and on the kitchen table.
Got him.
And I watched her walk in there. And afterwards, when she was already in there, I walked over and said, quiet. And he looked at me and I said, watch Sissy, I'll be right back. And that's...
Okay, so this is a really interesting, I think, part of this narrative that we've all broken down 1,000 times. This is the part where, okay, I'm going to watch for the hat, I'm thinking, because it's too scripted. Because when they first pulled up, she unbuckles her, Summer's on her way. Okay. In this, from the camper to the house, there's an escort. And there's a narrative to the boys. And that narrative is, to the oldest one, keep an eye on your sister. Okay. Why? If she's gone into the house like she did the first time, and she got those toys, well, where were those toys again? Are they in the basement?
Aww.
And if so, is that where she got them?
Yeah, stuff happens as parents, Patty. I can't remember. I can't remember who now, but I remember one of my friends, their little one was like always getting out the front door. My oldest was like that too. He could always get out. Like, luckily we lived next door to my in-laws, but there were times where I caught him trying to climb out his bedroom window just to go over and visit my in-laws. Like if he was supposed to be napping or something, you know, I mean, stuff happens. Our eyes can't be everywhere, you know, at once, but I don't know. I just feel like you guys have said, I just feel like he leads a lot in this.
Or maybe there's these toys, it's a red herring, right? It is a red herring. But here in this narrative, listen how specific or broken down the narrative gets here.
That's fine. Went in
We
there.
went in there and got some candy and stuff she gets from grandma.
Okay.
He's
And I said,
27
well,
now,
I'm gonna go
Hugh,
back
so I
over
don't
to the
worry
house.
about
She
it
wanted
too
to go back,
much.
so I said I'd go back.
Okay, Sassy,
Okay,
have a
so
great
You
day.
hear what she did? She just reversed it. Well, you know, I wanted to go into the house. She said she wanted to go in the house. So I wanted to go into the house. So what she did is it was Summer's idea, kind of hers, but because it's Summer's idea, we went back into the house.
You know?
Okay.
And I brought
Now see, she's thinking. She's thinking.
her, I literally walked over to here.
And she's pointing to a specific area. She's pointing to a specific area to where she has a visual. Well, that's not what
God love you, Patty. I don't know how
that's
you did
not
twins.
normal behavior in relationship to how things unfold. Because this is what she's
What's not normal
this
behavior?
is she that's not what that's and she's pointing to a specific area. She's pointing to a specific area to where she has a visual. Well, that's not normal behavior in relationship to how things unfold. Because this is what she's doing is
Oh my
she's,
gosh, Brandy, I
in
would be
my
too.
opinion, at this point, I'm not buying this. I'm not buying this at all. That this narrative at this part, I think this is where this whole story starts to fall apart.
Here, like literally walk right to here where I could see the boys and the
See, she's taking me right to the exact spot to where she can look in and see the boys.
on the kitchen table.
Got him.
And I watched her walk in there, and afterwards, when she was already in there, I walked over, I said, "Quiet," and he looked at me and I said, "Watch Sissy, I'll be right back." And that's when I walked back over to my mom's.
Okay.
See, she's pointing. Okay? She wants me, to buy this soggy loaf of bread.
Okay, I will say I do get the feeling like I highly doubt that she walked from the trailer. I think at one point she says she walked Summer over and like yelled into the house, "Watch your sister," or whatever. I find it hard to believe that she took the time to walk her over to the door when she could see her. She was in her line of vision. She could see her walk into the house. So I kind of do doubt that.
And I was fixing her brace and stuff like that.
Hi,
And I said,
Gabrielle.
"Well, Mom, I gotta go back over to..."
So she walked back to her mom, okay, to fix her brace. Summer's behind her with the boys in the house.
Kids, and that's when I come back up into the house
Okay.
with the boys.
Okay.
I come back up into the house with the boys.
So this is the interview room, Gabrielle, with Chris McDonough, and he is the one that did the tour of the Wells house in the beginning. And this is a second video that he put out. The video of the house is his first video, but then he's commenting on the side.
You walked into the house.
I walked into here. Get up. I walked in here and them three were sitting right here in row with their eyes glued to the TV, like always. That's
Hey, these are convincing, right? Outside, like this, okay? Over here, right, pointing. Yeah, this is where, and then I walked over to Grandma's trailer, okay? The brace thing. Okay?
Tennessee.
And then I went back to the house, okay? And I got right to here, okay? And I could see, and they were here. You see how these are becoming narratives? Okay? The hands are becoming a narrative.
boys, where's your sister at? Well, she just went downstairs, Mom, to play. So I went over here like this, because this is where the stairs are.
Okay.
It's actually...
Now, notice the clothing in the background is no longer Summer's. From the original photographs early on. They've taken over those hanging lines there. It's pretty quick.
down under there.
Oh, down
So-
into her.
Hey, now when
Did
I
you
saw
guys-
this,
So this is where it leads to the basement where Summer and the parents' room was. So if Summer was down in the basement playing with her toys, originally, I guess the boys said that they saw her walk out the door. There is no way that they could have seen her walk out the basement door from where they were. So either they were outside or she walked out the other, the main door. Or then the story changed, so maybe she never did. They never did see her walk out. I don't know.
It would be an understatement for me to think, holy crap, look at this thing.
Yes, that exactly, Diva.
Because I didn't really want to go down there. I wanted to go around,
Right, Hugh.
And I even say it.
Same, Lotus.
Down into
Bedroom.
our bedroom, and then hers is on the other side.
Oh, okay, in the basement.
Yeah, in the basement.
Well, this makes sense now, see?
And then I yelled and I said, Summer, Summer. And she didn't. I listened for a minute. I didn't hear nothing.
And he comes off to me so condescending, you guys. Like, he's like, oh, in the basement. Like, all cheery. When in his head, he's thinking, oh, the basement? And you know what I'm saying? Like, he comes off condescending to me. Like, judgy and I don't know. I don't think that's... I feel like they have to go in unbiased, and I don't believe he came in unbiased at all.
So I went like this, because this is how I would get down here.
Yep.
I don't know if you want to come down here or not.
Do I got to be tiny to get in there?
No, you should.
Can we come in from the other side?
Well, we can, but it'd make more sense if you went this way.
Okay, I'll follow you. Oh, man. Good grief,
No, I know if my 6-foot husband can fit down here, you can.
Huh?
My husband's 6 foot. I know if he can fit, you can.
Oh, my gosh.
Okay, so...
Yes, Carlotta.
I got to be honest with you. When I went into there, as you can tell how dark it is, and it's dark. Whatever the smut going on the TV.
That was odd. I will say, though, like I said, again, he didn't go in there unbiased. He went in there and he had it already determined in his head that both Dawn and Candace were guilty of something. And I don't find that professional. But maybe, like I said, I don't have training in this. Maybe that's how they're trained. Maybe they're trained to be, because everyone's a suspect, they say in the beginning, right? But I feel like being a suspect is different than being sure in your head that this person is guilty,
This is not a good environment, and I've hit on this on a couple of videos in the background, but the fact that this little girl would have gone down into this basement by herself with this material on that TV. And I've heard different things, Girls Gone Wild and all that stuff. And quite frankly, I didn't know even what that was. Call me old fashioned, but, I'm not naive.
Yes, Annalyn, exactly.
When somebody told me, but, the fact that a 5-year-old allegedly went into this basement with that material on to play with her toys. Yeah, right. Something's not right in River City, folks.
Way to go.
This is my husband's room.
Okay.
And over here, well, it's a mess.
Now, I was trying to take this in pretty quickly because for officer safety, in my head, I'm still trained. I was assessing, what the heck is going on, in this arena here, because it became pretty quick. It was pretty obvious.
Right,
this
Patty.
was no environment for any child, yet alone a 5-year-old child who allegedly goes down there to play and then suspiciously vanishes. From this is the last contact site, which we would call this, where this child was, according to the parents.
That's all right.
But this is where Summer and little
There is
Waylon was.
one light in
Waylon's
the
only
very
light.
back
Okay.
And they
of
stay
that
down
room
here.
to the right.
And these are all her toys, all her Paw Patrols, all
All her movies.
See,
She's got a movie about the
The
Savior.
boys I brought back down here after the
They brought that
I didn't
from
want
their
them.
I'm kind of confused. I missed those bunk beds. So are the bunk beds for I'm confused. Are the bunk beds her and Dawn, or are the bunk beds for Waylon and Summer? Because isn't that a mattress on the floor back there?
Sure.
Upstairs by themselves.
Okay. And this is all
And
her toys.
all these toys that are down here are dang near all hers, except for like the trucks and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in the game system. That's the boys'.
Okay.
But them are all her toys.
And she's really into Paw Patrol. I see
Yeah,
that.
I've been collecting from day one.
Yeah, that's
So-
exactly.
Yeah, I mean, this whole environment is just atrocious. It is a dungeon. It's dark. It's damp. Her bed's on the floor. Her dad's beds are just on the other side of the wall. There's nothing preventing, anything, any privacy on either side. It is, just, it's horrible. It's horrible.
And I agree that it's horrible, but like you said, they wouldn't know any different if that's how they've always lived. They wouldn't, they wouldn't know any different. Now the 12 or 13-year-old boy, I'm sure he started to, realize, because, you go to other people's houses and stuff, you start to catch on, but
It is, as I said early on, and I held this, close to my chest because I saw some things in here that I wanted to look at a little bit further. The fact that there is, a bunch of material up on the walls, covering the windows, reflection. Obviously, that's good for heat. It's good to keep the sun out, but it's not good for the mental welfare of a 5-year-old who goes in to play with toys. And this is the everyday environment for this sweet little girl.
Ponies that we've bought. And then these are them girls that she likes. Them new fashion, I don't know what they are, little princesses or whatever. She's like all kinds. Here's one of them bracelets.
okay,
Oh,
you.
this is one of them. What do they call these? Oh, this is little pony bracelets.
Yeah, I don't know what they were really called.
I think my daughter at that moment didn't know what those were.
But she liked them, and so I just, every time I go to garage sale, I'd buy her what she wanted.
Okay.
Whenever I got a little bit of money, I'd spend it on the kids.
Yeah, this is her. This is. I understand her now.
Yeah.
Even better. Thank you.
You're welcome.
This is really important.
But yeah, I come down and I searched. I looked up underneath the beds under there. We can't really get on. I can't get under there.
Yeah.
But I looked under there, looked under every blanket I could possibly look under.
Yep.
So that's her excuse and narrative that she fills in to how much searching she did that day. Okay.
Good morning, Blue.
And
Good to
I'm
see you.
sure the authorities have 1,000 pictures, and she wants to get out of there. She does not want me to focus into the bed, okay? Either of the beds, any of the beds, and obviously I'm not there.
Well, I think too, Patty, like, I think people automatically assumed they were so poor because of how they lived, but they really weren't poor. Dawn was making good money as a contractor.
Conducting an investigation. I'm trying to, just get a feel for the environment to help find Summer. And so, but she gets right through that door pretty quickly, and she does something interesting. She turns and she tells me, I'm not sure if this door was locked or open.
I'm
And the
so
reason for
sorry,
that
guys, that
is
any of you had
back,
to go through that.
Early on, we had a conversation about, her getting jumped on because, they said it was,
If I remember correctly, he didn't go into the camper because by this time, I believe Grandma was gone out of state. And I believe, don't quote me, but I believe Candace didn't have the keys to the camper, so they did not go in.
they didn't know if it was locked, or they said it was locked.
Oh, did
And
they
so
go
what
in?
she's doing
You?
here is
It's been
she's
a
going
long
to
time since I
qualify
saw it.
that
I don't know where I
statement
got
one
that.
more time and put it on this video.
And then I come over here.
Absolutely,
And I
Dax.
look on both sides.
Now, I saw that in the corner. I thought it was a weapon at first, but I couldn't tell because it was so dark. And to this day,
I don't recall if this was locked or not.
Right.
Okay.
I didn't realize until we had kids of our own just how many kids are out there that, you know, have to endure I'm not talking cleanliness and stuff, but like just we've met so many kids that have been friends of our kids that like their parents don't take them to the doctors regularly. They don't take them to the dentist regularly. You know, a lot of stuff is neglectful, or like the type of parents that spend all kinds of money on themselves, but their kids are going to school with, you know, ratty stained clothes and stuff like that. Like it's amazing to me some of the home lives that these kids have, and you never would think it if you were on the outside looking in, if you didn't have, you know, if you didn't have firsthand experience with that child or that family.
See where she qualifies it pretty quickly. Let me back up here for 30 seconds.
You're welcome,
The ponies
Ghostface.
that we've bought. And then these are them girls that she likes. Them new fashion, I don't know what they are, little princesses or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know that it's ever been proven or documented or anything, Diva, but that's what I get, that same impression. And that's what I'm saying. Like, you, like, I feel like you have to take all of that kind of into consideration, like the way she words things and stuff. I don't think it's all suspicious. I think some of it is just her intellect.
She's like all kinds of, here's one of them bracelets.
Oh, that's just one of them cant. What do they call these? Oh, this is little pony bracelets.
Yeah, I don't know what they were really called, but she liked them, and so I just, every time I go to the garage sale, I'd buy her what she wanted.
Okay.
You know, whenever I got a little bit of money, I spend it on the kids.
Yeah, this is her. This is. I understand her now.
Yeah.
Even better. Thank you.
You're welcome.
This is really important.
But yeah, I come down and I searched, I looked.
And what I meant by that is all bets are off. I understand this child now, and this environment, you know, cinched it for me.
For you. Yes, because you were so close to Summer and it hit you right where it hurts, right? Oh, sorry.
That this was a child who, you know, heavy neglect, probably a lot of abuse. I've seen so much in my career that I can hear in her voice of, yeah, well, this is who she is, and I'm going, yeah, I've seen her before, many.
See, I don't like where he goes, you guys. We lived in tents in the desert, ate from dumpsters, and never went to school. And when we did go to school, we were bullied and called squatters. Oh, I'm so sorry, Gabrielle. See, I will say, we grew up extremely poor. My mom raised us. It was just me and my sister and my mom. And we were really poor. But I will say, like, our house was clean. We had a hot meal every dinner. You know, we had, you know, something for breakfast in the morning before we went to school. Like, we didn't really experience any of that. So it just goes to show you, really, that you can be poor and take good care of your kids.
Many times. This is not where Summer was abducted in any way, shape, or form. I find it hard to think that she even went down there without being scared half to death.
Wow, Blue,
knowing
I'm
what I know
sorry.
now about some of the other dynamics.
See, I feel like there's so many more families out there than anybody realizes. Like I said, some of these kids that we've, had at our home and stuff, you never would know that anything was awry. And then there's also like parents that may not be neglectful, but they are verbally abusive and say some of the most horrible things to their kids or whatever. There's so many levels.
I think this would also be the worst place she would want to be. Remember, she's
Same,
a
Gabrielle.
quote, outdoor, always wanted to be outdoors. Always.
And I always say too, like, because we were poor, I mean, my mom, like I said, we always had something for breakfast before school. We always had a hot dinner at night, but like we didn't have snacks in the house. Like if you came home from school and you wanted an apple or some chips or whatever, there was never snacks in the house. So anytime you wanted to snack, it was empty, but she planned it out with the money that she had, that we had a hot dinner and something for breakfast in the morning. And then like we ate lunch at school. But we were very, very poor. If we were well taken care of and we had no money, then it you can do it. But I will say, as an adult and as I had kids, I've always been in survival mode when it comes to groceries. Like I swore when we had kids, my kids would never go to an empty refrigerator or to an empty cupboard or, and so I'm always like the type, if we have a rough month, as long as we have groceries for the month, I'm okay. I can relax.
To be outdoors. Well, I can see some of the rationale in that statement, but I still think that she never made it into that basement. I still think that statement of her toys up playing in the kitchen, because of the darkness and this environment being so, problematic, I think it would be safer for her internally and emotionally.
Yes, Patty, there's won't give anything away, but there's a child that is always at our house right now. That I think it's the first time they have ever seen a functional family, even if we're dysfunctionally functional, like it's the first time they really saw like that family. I don't know what the word would be, but and it's sad because I just said that to my daughter like last week. I don't think they've ever experienced what a normal family is like or how a normal family operates.
To be more towards the light, i.e. kitchen, that area. Okay? I think that could be closer to the truth than this narrative of she just disappeared out of the basement.
Up underneath the beds under there, we can't really get on. I can't get on there.
Yeah.
But I looked under there, looked under every blanket I could possibly look under.
Yep.
And then I come over here and I looked on one side and see nowhere.
I wish there was more light.
I don't recall if this was locked or not. I don't recall that.
Okay.
But I know
She's got to put that in the narrative because there's got to be a way to get her out of that basement, according to, whatever the story is, right? And it fluctuates. I think we can all agree on that.
See this, this whole thing, he has it already made up in his mind that she's guilty.
Notice she's unlocking it. This goes back to everybody in, nobody out. So the statement of she locked them in, she went first into that door, and now she's going out of this door, which is locked. And when she gets out, I've said this before, she's going to lock it again.
it's hard on her. But I know I did come out here and I said, Summer.
See,
she'll sit right.
all of his statements are very matter of fact, as if he knows this is the truth. He's got the narrative in his head, and he's determined that that's exactly how it happened.
Right here and just sit here and play just for, And usually when she comes out and she goes directly that way up to the swing.
Oh, okay, so this is like her.
Yeah, she
when
just
she
walks.
come.
Okay, now, this is interesting because, in my opinion, she's taken all of this time to point out all the things she did to get Summer into the house. Now, this is going to be read two separate ways, in my opinion, because if she says, and remember all the pointing, I stood here, I watched her go in, okay, I saw this, I said to the boys, keep an eye on Summer. There's almost this projection of, well, this is the way I do things. But in this scenario, Summer has the ability.
Molly Golightly, Bullhorn Betty, JLR, Justice for All. Yeah, they're what's Olivia's? I can never remember Olivia's. I've never really watched her. Can't remember Olivia's channel. Yeah, but the Tragedy Pimps.
Because it's the basement, to basically control when she goes out and where she goes. She can go out that door, she turns, and she goes right
Oh
up
my
that
gosh,
path
Gabrielle.
into the swing. Well, that is total different behavior than what Candace just showed us 10 minutes, 15 minutes earlier. So that fits. Could Summer have come out of that kitchen on her own? Or was Summer never in the house at any time? Because apparently, if she goes out the basement, she's allowed to wander on her own. But if she's with her mother...
Okay, where did he get that? Where did he come to that conclusion? I didn't hear that said. But I will say that you see that more in the country because you do. You have this like false sense of security that, people can't get to you out here because you don't see people at every corner.
If she is with
Chronicles
her mother,
of Olivia. Thank you, Lotus.
she's controlled. Well, she's with her mother that day. She's with her mom that day.
Running out. Oh yeah, you can see the path here.
Right to the swing.
Right, you can see where she could have.
There's been different stories on that, Gabrielle. Like, I think it was said that they both passed. Then I heard that only Dawn passed and Candace's was inconclusive. So it basically, didn't prove anything either way.
Summer at some point was able to just run out that door, apparently, anytime she wanted onto that path, and everybody knew that's the direction she'd go and what she would do. But on this particular day, she disappears from that basement after being managed going into the house.
Run right up to
and
here.
This is all the further she would go. She wouldn't leave.
Okay.
She wouldn't go out nowhere else.
Okay. I want to go around this.
So nobody suggested she left. She just said it. She would never leave. Well, I didn't ask her. So that's an involuntary statement.
Oh my gosh. Right. Is it just me here, you guys? Wouldn't you, like, that does not seem like an unusual thing to say when her child is missing. She's been, raked over the coals by the media. She has been questioned up and down time and time again from law enforcement. That doesn't seem like an unusual thing to me for her to say she never would have left. Like, she's saying, she would not have walked off this property on her own.
That's a spontaneous statement. And watch what she does. She goes right back to the door and locks it.
Sorry, what is this blue thing here?
Oh, that was we were putting trash in it.
Okay.
And we did have a trash man at the time, but he stopped running.
There she goes.
I gotta lock this.
Okay, I'm gonna film around.
That's a habit.
On this side. Now walk me through. What's this little?
Oh, that right there?
little cave thing there.
That's not really a cave. Actually, we built this addition, me and Donnie and the kids.
Oh, okay.
And we left this part open because the dog, at the time we did have little puppies. These dogs were little puppies. And we let them go under there. They would run in and out of the bricks over there. There's actually 7 pups up under there now.
Okay.
And it's always been open.
Yes, Jilly, do you find yourself, like, I get anxious when, like, right now we have tons of food in the house, we're fine, but the refrigerator is a little empty, and it gets me really nervous. Like, I don't want my daughter to have to go to a fridge or go to a cupboard and it be empty. I just...
All right, I'm going back up the property here. I'm pointing out a couple of things here. The vehicles obviously have been moved. Don's truck is up there.
Well, you can see, after you've been here, you can see how mellow the dogs are.
Yeah. Yeah, I know, right?
That's what they do. They're
And-
lazy.
No, he's not part of the tragedy pimps, Annalyn. He's pretty involved with, like, there's channels like Police Off the Cuff. He's pretty involved with other channels that are also ex-detectives. And then he's really involved in Cold Case Foundation.
They're kind of a Jack Russell. They got a little Jack
They're
Russell in
Jack
it.
Russell, yeah. Actually, the gentleman that lives over there in the other trailer across the creek actually has the mama to that dog there.
Mm-hmm.
I'll find out. I believe it was
There's the
the
door
police,
closed.
but I'll find out. Okay, so they took the lie detector tests at the hold on, I just passed it again. At the district attorney's office is where they took them. And most of the reports that I see from when they had taken them say that she was cleared, that they both passed. But then I heard it wasn't that she passed, that it was that it was like inconclusive. Both Candace and Don Wells passed a polygraph test, but Lawson's statement that everyone is still a person of interest is leading some to wonder if the Wells may know more than they've said. She's a good mother. She loves her children, Don Wells told News Nation. Police said Wells was under the influence of alcohol and found in possession of a .22 caliber handgun in his pickup. He admitted to having a felony conviction in Utah this past April. Wells pleaded guilty in Hawkins County Sessions Court to a possession of a handgun while under the influence. And that one he got 11 months for. So he was in jail for a good portion of the time that Summer has been missing. Am I dancing and twerking?
Okay. Okay. Let me go through. Well, first of all, I'm going to open the comments up at the end of this. If I see anything, crazy, I'm going to turn them off. Okay? Because I'm talking, we're talking about Summer here, and I don't do, craziness.
I will agree with him there, and I'm glad that he did do that, because Like, you know, we were just saying, the tragedy pimps totally exploited this case for money. So I'm glad that he did say that. Like, the speculations that were being made were like crazy surrounding this case. But I also feel like he made a ton of speculations on his own. So apparently only he's allowed to make those speculations.
So just bear with me, and hopefully, also YouTube leaves them on because we are talking about a child. Sometimes
Brandy,
they
do I
won't
need privacy?
turn them on even. Actually, and whenever I've done these, a lot of times the folks won't will not do that. Um, so I'm going to go through some of these, and while you guys think about some of this, what tell me what you guys thought about some of those, the hat thing, and when you go back and watch it again, whenever, even on other videos in other channels, you'll see her do the hat thing, and just know, that's basically like a pitcher rubbing a baseball. Okay, those are always the analogies I like to use. They're
See, when you watch the behavior panel, we should do that too. We should watch the behavior panel when Candace and Dawn were on there. But when you watch the behavior panel, they don't say that this aspect of body language proves this. Like, it's not a 100%, you know, science. So the behavior panel, which that's their job, is to look for body language, right? And they don't even put it the way he does. Like, he puts it as if that's a definite. You know, he said it. That's how it is.
simple and they're easy to understand. That guy's going to reach out, grab his hat, get some, sticky on it, and he's going to throw a knuckleball. Well, that's how Candace operates.
Now
That's
he
how
knows,
Don
Candace
operates. They're
and
very,
Dawn.
very streetwise, street smart, both of them. And so, but right now, I've got a $500 bingo card on obviously some of the soggy bread that was just presented by her way back then. So I've been on that for 6 months, 5 months, because I came in and, almost 3, 4 weeks later. But I haven't bought all of you know, the story time here. And so there's a lot more that I'm gonna be able to present to you guys that I'm working on. But right now, I feel comfortable saying I'm not buying the fact that Summer was any way, shape, or form kidnapped from that property. Number one, I'm not comfortable or with the fact that a random abduction theory is still on the play. Okay? I am comfortable saying, of course, that could it, have somebody been had access to the property? Very comfortable saying that for sure. Okay? I'm not comfortable saying that she even made it down into that basement. That it DLR does not look right. Uh, is it possible? Sure. Highly unprobable. Highly unprobable. Very highly improbable. So I'm leaning, towards, okay, somebody had to get out of that house. They got to have Summer's got to be outside somewhere. Uh, has she walked off? Has she been, was she playing? Was there an accident?
That's
Uh,
exactly, yes, Brandy, and that's exactly what I'm saying. Like, if you have social anxiety, like the eye contact thing, she could have social anxiety, and it's really, really hard for her to look somebody in the eye. Whereas I have major social anxiety, but I feel a need to constantly make eye contact so that, I look as if, I'm not having social anxiety.
did she fall? Did she hit the tree? I mean, there's a myriad of things that we could all speculate on. So I'm just keeping an open mind right now. We need a little more information from the authorities, but they haven't
I
taken
didn't
anything
think
off of
so.
the plate
Isn't it
yet.
improbable?
Um, she may have even walked
And
off.
does it and does that say a lot about me that I kind of took I kind of took a little bit of joy in that.
From outside. The one situation that's comment that bothers me even to this day is,
I was going to say, he must be watching too much Gore World.
and after talking to one of the authorities, the boys, one of the boys said that they were playing hide and seek.
Improbable. Thank you, Lotus.
That kind of opens up a myriad of opportunities of accident, and it could even be maybe she made it down to the road and a car was coming and hit her. That's a possibility. It's as viable, in my opinion, as somebody coming up on that property. Thought process.
Just remember, in his opinion,
it's not a stranger. It's going to be somebody connected to the scenario.
As much as I don't care for him or his ethics or his arrogance or any of that, I do wish that Candace and Dawn would agree to let the Cold Case Foundation take on the case, because he is not the only retired detective that is part of the Cold Case Foundation, and I have seen some of the other ones, and I do like them, and they do seem, to be unbiased. So I wish they would. I don't understand why. I think the only reason they won't let them is because of Chris's connection, honestly. Because I don't see any reason why you wouldn't want more help on the case to find your daughter.
So that, I think there's just way too much script here going on.
Yeah, I agree, Chris. Way too much script.
All of us, as we get into the next phase of this, because her birthday is going to be a trigger.
Sunflower,
and we're going to see
part of the
more
scenario.
Information come running out. And it's, by the way, going to be very adaptable to Candace and Dawn. They're going to create that narrative. They're going to create the narrative with their public relations team even to this day. So let me get up here, start going through some of this. Thank you for becoming members.
All right, I'm going to end this, guys, because now it's just going to be his opinions, which we have already heard. What was it? All right, let's do the Madeline McCann, and then if we have time, I'm going to look up the Dawn and Candace Wells with the the behavior panel. All right, this ended. That was the feed from, I wonder if we should go back and see if it ended any certain. Unless they take it down. All right, I'm going to look on that, see if there was any updates there. Moving on, though, to the Madeline McCann case. So I'm going to go over this this little video and then this article.
Need glasses and Pair Eyewear is my new favorite glasses brand. They have really cute.
Look at that face. Oh my gosh, I love Dead Files. Who said that? I gotta scroll. I love that show, Carlotta. An area. It's being sealed off as German police prepare to start searching on Tuesday, Portuguese news website SIC reported. It said that the prime suspect in her disappearance, convicted sex offender Christian Bruckner, spent time in the area between 2000 and 2017. Bruckner, who was reportedly denied any involvement in the youngster's disappearance, was identified as a murder suspect in the McCann... Hold on. That's way too loud. In the McCann case by Portuguese officials. It is not the first time that the reservoir has been searched. In 2008, Portuguese lawyer Marcos Correa paid for specialist divers to check the waterway after he claimed to have been tipped off by criminal contacts that her body was in the reservoir. Earlier this month, Madeleine's parents, Kate and Jerry, issued a short statement on their Find Madeleine campaign website to mark the 16th anniversary of her disappearance. Look at how adorable. They said today marks the 16th anniversary of Madeleine's abduction. The police investigation continues. Oh, crap. All right, that's the end of the video. All right, here's the article. Divers searching for Madeline McCann probe the Barragem do Arade Reservoir in Portugal for the second day as they look for the pink pajamas the toddler was wearing when she vanished. Investigators believe the 45-year-old killed Madeleine, then aged 3 after abducting her from a holiday apartment. What 45-year-old? It just goes into... And they believe the 45-year-old killed Madeleine. What 45-year-old? You didn't even tell us about a 45-year-old. The officers acting on credible information are seeking any fragments of clothing and old rags that could be related to her disappearance, as reported by the Daily Mail. The reservoir is around 31 miles from Pradelu, where Madeleine went missing in 2007. While divers scoured the water, police were seen digging beside the reservoir on Monday afternoon. A Policia Judiciaria statement on Monday said it is coordinating searches in the Algarve at the request of German police and in the presence of British officers. The development comes just 10 days after Madeleine's parents, Kate and Jerry McCann, issued a tribute on their Leicestershire-born daughter's 20th birthday, telling her, "We love you and we're waiting for you. We're never going to give up." 3 hours ago, watch live. This is what we had on the search in Portugal River, the reservoir. 5 minutes ago, residents and holidaymakers have shared hopes Madeleine will be found. "I hope they will find something so the parents can have peace," said 49-year-old Dane, who lives in the same building from which McCann disappeared. 74-year-old Rodney from Manchester said, "Hopefully this time, unfortunately, they will find some remains. Allowing the situation to close must be torture, 16 years of uncertainty." CNN Portugal said the search operation would continue at least for one more day on Thursday. Madeline McCann Reservoir search. What do we know about Portugal's Barragem do Arade? Police in Portugal investigating the disappearance of a citizen, Madeline McCann, 16 years ago, have begun searching a reservoir. We know that. Was just 3 years old when she went missing from an apartment complex at the Ocean Club Holiday Resort. Her case remains unsolved and is still the subject of intense public and press interest. Her parents, Doctors Jerry and Kate McCann, continue to campaign for her return and recently posted a poem remembering her on their Find Madeleine website, reminding readers that she is still missing, still very much missed. Sniffer dogs search Portuguese reservoir as Madeline McCann investigation continues. I don't care what it costs, whatever it costs. Who is Christian Bruckner? So that's who they apparently are talking about. The 45-year-old German prisoner Christian Bruckner is a prolific burglar and has been previously convicted for sex crimes against young girls. He was born in Germany in 1976 and moved to Portugal in his late teens. It is believed he lived there between 95 and 2007, working in the food industry. Bruckner is described as being about 6 feet tall, slim, and white with short blonde hair. Fresh searches in the disappearance of Madeleine have entered a second day as police clear undergrowth near the banks of a remote reservoir. The fresh searches are being carried out at the request of German investigators who believe their prime suspect, convicted sex offender Christian Bruckner, 45, kidnapped and murdered the little girl. He is currently in prison in Germany for the rape of a woman and is suspected of further rapes and child sexual abuse committed in the area between 2000 and 2017. Yeah, I think that. Good morning, Harley. I hope you're doing well this morning. How's your hand? I think. I don't know what I was gonna say. Oh, I'd rather have bad news than no news. Yeah, I think that uncertainty, that not knowing for 16 years, I mean, any of it would be excruciating, but at least if they were sure that she was passed, at least they could try to, grieve and move on. But the not knowing would be horrible. I hate when they, how much has the investigation cost? Who cares? I saw this one before. Dog stares into storm drain every day. Bystanders are shocked when they open it. I think it was like I believe it was a litter of kittens. The ex-fiance's sister was missing for 17 years and her remains were found when I met. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, that's horrible. Oh, thanks, Hugh. I never even would have thought of that. Okay. And I have for a palette cleanser. I don't know if you guys like when SJAM dresses as Foodie, but that's what I have for our ending palette cleanser today. And I kind of like how he started this video because he did like show, like the products he was using and all that. Today is only a 2, been up since 3. Pain woke me. Oh no. Oh my gosh, Harley. Did they give you anything or are you just doing ibuprofen? Well, that sounds interesting, Hugh. Okay, I'm going to play us some SJAM. I didn't watch this, so I don't know how good it is, but I always find it funny when he dresses like her, because he gets some of the things so on target. I think that's all I used too, Harley. We need to work on your eyeliner, SJAM.
Well, hello, Foodie Beauties.
Look at how he pops down.
Hi, guys. How is everyone?
The way his arms kind of like fly up and down like how hers do.
Well, hello, Foodie Beauties. Oh.
Don't start. All right, I'm going to probably have to open the other browser. Hold on, guys. cannibal. I love it when he does this. So now pay attention when he sits in the chair, how his arms like fly up and come down like hers.
Oh, hello, Foodie Beauties. Oh.
See?
Hi, guys. How is everyone? Hope y'all are doing well. Oh, hi. Hi, PC. Lambo, Sofa. Oh, hey, Karate Joe. My biggest supporter. Oh, here's a little messy today. No matter. Anyways, we're chilling out in the kitchen today. I don't know what we're going to do today. I just had a couple edibles, so I don't think I can really go anywhere. So I'm just going to have a few snacks, and I thought, I might as well do it on camera. So I decided to try blush like all over my face today. I got a little bit of sparkly blush underneath my eyes. And we got some pink eyeliner.
All over my
whatever.
face.
We got my favorite 720 Revlon. This is my absolute favorite. So, hope you like that as well. It's my favorite. Oh!
Ooh, yummy.
Peace! Boy never listens. Anyways, I'm going to start off with some pickles. You guys know I love my pickles, so we're going to have a little bit of pickles. Hi, Foodie Beauties! Oh, hey! How are you? Oh, hey, Tracy T! You guys want a bead? Anyways, I need a fork. Luckily, I got this handy dandy kitchen chair so that I can do things without having to get out. I mean, that's a big thing, right? That's the most important thing, is me not having to get out. So, I love me some PICKLEs.
You need to.
Hey, welcome a little bit more. These are ready to start beef. I'm sorry if I don't eat to your standard, okay? Pickles and
Even has his nails painted.
No matter.
With his dipstick finger. Look, he's drinking the pickled juice like her. Oh my god.
Oh, got some lipstick on the rim. Oopsie. So, we got some goldfish crackers. I'm still hungry. Sorry, guys. I'm really hungry today. I didn't eat for like a few hours. So,
for a few hours.
There's not too many left.
That was a waste of goldfish. Look at all that goldfish you wasted.
What's that? That came a little faster than what I was expecting. So, no matter. Pete will have those. Pete, you want a snack? You've been ignoring me all days, being a real bad boy. Anyways, this stuff is doing damage to my lipstick, and I just can't have it. Luckily we got some crackers still. Some Ritz crackers. They've already been crushed up because I was going to make meatloaf, but I never ended up making any meatloafs. So, we're just going to eat them out of the box, so.
Hi, Grandpa Jim.
Oh, tabernacle! Pete, I got more snacks for you! I think we're going to stay away from the crackers. I don't think we can handle those today, so. It's kind of all over me. We got some carrots. Got some carrot.
Look
at crackers in my bra.
Look Look at the crumbs all over his lipstick.
Oh god. Got some cheese here.
All right, now if you don't grate that cheese and melt it in the microwave, I'm going to be disappointed. Oh, he just takes a bite out of
Sorry,
it.
I'm gonna melt up some cheese, okay? Don't judge me.
Right? Hugh, that's the thing that it killed me when he plopped in the chair because his arms flew up and came down exactly like she does it. I wonder if he practiced that. That was amazing.
Oh dear. Please, can you get over here and clean this up? Okay guys, we're back with some melted cheese, one of my favorite dishes. It's well renowned.
You did it.
Oh, sorry about that.
This is SJAM, Lotus. I'll put his link in.
Mary,
Hi, Tangled Bliss. Good morning.
Sorry guys, I still got crackers on my sweater. Or on my shirt. I got this on. Hi guys, so we're just about to have some cheese. So wait, this is the way I make cheese. You just microwave it and then just go for it. A lot of times I don't even use a fork, but look at the pull on that cheese. It's pulling for dear life. Mmm. So good. Better than. Ooh. Oh, a little straggler. God, so good. I'm still kind of hungry. Look at my order. Please? You want anything from McDonald's? Are you sure? I'm about to place an order. Okay, whatever. So I'm gonna order some 20 chicken nuggets. And I think couple double cheeseburgers, large fries, poutine. Some poutine. Okay. Redo my eye.
Thank you, Brandy, for sharing links. Thank you, Hugh.
Looks a little runny. Foodies. Anyways, while we're waiting for the McDonald's to get here, I think we're gonna go hit up the exercise ball. Get some of those calories burned off before we even get the McDonald's.
Let's check out my new exercise ball. Oh, I think it's a little slack. This stuff is up enough. Oh no. I'll move this up enough. No more of that. Oh. Where's BBJ? Here's BBJ. Oh, BBJ. Calm down. Oh my god, your nails are going into your pads. Oh, no matter. We'll just have to put you down for a dirt nap, and then I can go marry my husband that I met 2 weeks ago. There you go, BBJ. Oh, hi,
I miss Gary, Carlotta.
Oh, my phone popped. You guys didn't see that, did you?
On discount? I got this on discount, so.
Ugh. Gross. That was it. I hate when they end them like that. Boom. They're just gone. I know. I thought he was coming back. He put a Twitter post up saying that he was coming back with a new character. Not the Fupa balls, just. Why? All right, guys, we got to figure out why my character's cheeks are poofed out. How do I fix them? I can't figure out how to fix them. All right, I'm just going to not fix her because we're at the end anyway, but... You think he's invested in the... Well, I feel like something is definitely off with the relationship with Jacqueline. Now I feel like I have a hair in my throat. No, I absolutely was not, Hannibal, and you can't prove it. You guys, that giggle just now sounded like a low-key yo mama giggle. I am so sorry. I know. I don't know how to fix them. She kind of looks cute like that. I like the like shape of her mouth, but do we know Jacqueline is real, or is she's real as far as like she's done YouTube videos. We've heard her voice. He's done FaceTime with her and stuff, but something is definitely off. And I don't believe that they met each other 3 times. Because it was not long before that, before he told us they had never met. And then all of a sudden they had met twice. And they were supposed to be meeting again. See, I'll say it again. Even though he struck me, even though he thinks that, everybody in here blasts him and can't stand him, I actually like SJAM. I enjoy SJAM's like cooking videos and stuff. I just get frustrated with him because I know, addiction is a horrible thing, but stay off in YouTube if you're going to drink. Like, save yourself at least that, I don't believe they met at all either. Yeah, see, I don't. She is so catfishing him. And I'm sure he's paying for that time. Well, I feel bad because I feel like he's invested, and I believe like she's catfishing him too, but he's gonna get hurt, and that I don't like. The trolling, if I can say it again, you all know who you are. There is a troll group out there that is in Girl World that is disgusting. They go real life. They go at people that they know are not emotionally stable at the time. And they think it's just hysterical, and it's not. And I'm so disgusted and grossed out by it. And they deliberately prey on people that are naive and are going to believe, if they come in on a troll name, they're going to believe that it's that person, whether it's a celebrity or somebody in their real life or whatever. Yes, it's crazy. I thought Jacqueline I don't know if I'd call her a YouTuber. She's done like maybe 2 streams, and I don't believe she showed herself. I know she didn't show herself on one of them. I don't know if she showed herself on the other or not. Nicole, I'm so fed up with it. Seriously. Yeah, but I don't know where he would even get it, Dax. Supposedly, when he was giving her that money, it was a company credit card from work, and he got busted. And he's unemployed right now. So, like, his mom just took him grocery shopping the other day and stuff. So, I don't know how he could afford to send her anything. I can't figure it out, Nicole, because I don't know what that's the only angle that I can't figure out because I don't know what she would be using him for. I don't know, Hugh. What was Dax? Some of us aren't on the other side of the world like Foodie Untouchable, right? I think SJAM has, I think too that he has legit subscribers and legit members too. I think he does get trolled, obviously. Um, but I think he at least has legit people that do, watch him because they enjoy him. I'm blocked, but so I don't chat, but I do watch, I will admit. But see, I love cooking streams. So like that's those are my favorite. So when he cooks, that's when I like to watch. But not when he's drunk. Yes, yes. Oh yeah, Dax. Yeah, it was his boss's credit card that he was. How stupid. He sent her what, like we didn't, I want to say it was like a couple thousand by the time he was done. He was sending big super chats. Yeah, over and over, like through the whole live. It appears so, Lotus, because the place that they are living only allows married couples. Yeah, see, people still think I do think that she's married. I do think that that's true, Hugh. I just think that it's a farce for something bigger. To Foodie Beauty, SJAM had sent thousands in super chats to Foodie. This was probably a good year and a half ago or so. No, no, that's one I don't watch, Annalyn. You think Foodie can work a printer? You? They figured the credit card out while he was doing it, and yes, I watched him super chat her $1,500 in a night. Yeah, it was crazy. Maybe yeah, maybe his OnlyFans, maybe Gut Boy's back. Although he's lost weight, he's not quite the Gut Boy he was when he was doing Gut Boy. Ugh, I can't watch. I don't even know when the last time I watched Natter, other than like on Hannibal's stream if Hannibal's covering him or something. I don't think I've watched his channel in months and months. Foodie is definitely more capable than we think, and that's what everyone. Yeah, she has us fooled. I'm taking my Avi down. It's driving me nuts that I'm poofed out. Well, now we know SJAM was likely blitzed out of his mind while using his boss's credit card to super chat. Yeah. He said that he was doing well with the alcohol until he went on YouTube, and that basically he drinks, before he gets live so that it gives him like courage, which I totally do get, you guys, because I say it all the time. No matter how many times I stream, I get such anxiety every time I hit go live. Oh my gosh, Dax. Okay, I did not watch that stream. Somebody needs to tell me, did he actually try to cook it on the stove? Or did he just sit it on the burner when he took it out of the oven and the burner was hot? I think it was the reason he lost his job. Yeah, I think so too, Dax. And he doesn't seem like he's had any luck staying with a job since. He put it on the burner to cook it. All this time, I thought that I will not go live blowed. I, you guys know I smoke. I don't smoke and come on here. How many times do I lose the train of thought as I'm in the middle of a sentence? Guys, if I did that while I was smoking, I'd never get anything out. Yes, me too, Lilith. I thought he cooked it in the oven, and then when he brought it out of the oven, he stuck it on the burner. He had to have been totally blitzed. Aw, Hugh, that's awful. Oh, I wish he would have. He said, the one day he was talking, basically he has said he needs inpatient, but if he can't have his phone in inpatient, he's not doing it. So basically what that boils down to is if he can't talk to Jacqueline on the phone, then he's not going to do it. But we all know that if he does it and Jacqueline doesn't do it, then he probably won't be successful anyway. Oh, Hugh, I wish he would have accepted the help. He likes eating burnt plastic. I know, man. He ate all of that. My husband's back here. Mike, he took, you know how a TV dinner, like the Hungry Man's, are in those plastic things? He stuck a plastic TV dinner on top of an electric stove burner to cook it that way.
I don't get it because I know that's fucked.
Eating burnt plastic and Foodie over here eating tin foil. Yeah, Lilith, they need to detox him correctly. Yes, absolutely, Hugh. I know. See, if he doesn't want help, no, it won't, Dax. I agree. It's just sad because, you watch it and you really want them to get better. You want them to get help. He knows, I will say that that's part of it. At least he knows. He doesn't try to, well, I shouldn't say that. He did not too long ago try to say that basically he was going to try to drink with that, and basically control it, which an alcoholic cannot control. Yes. Yes, Nick, it's alcohol. Well, thank you, Hugh, for doing that and for reaching out to him. But he doesn't, see, that's what I don't get, Grateful Life. He doesn't have money. He's not even employed yet. Like, he quit that last job because they wanted him to work. Sorry, SJAM, but that's exactly what your excuse sounded like. Basically, they wanted him to work too hard, so he quit. And he hasn't gotten a job yet. Oh, I definitely agree, Hugh. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I mean, I don't get it. That's why I said, like, I don't know. I don't feel like it's real. I feel like she's catfishing him, but I don't know why she's catfishing him. Like, I don't know what it is he can offer her. Yes, that's basically how it sounded, Hannibal. They wanted him to basically do hard labor and he was hired to work like on a machine. And so he didn't like it that they wanted him to do hard labor. The nerve of these dang jobs, expecting work to be done when you get there, right? Gosh, can't they just pay you while you sit and do nothing? I'm putting on. Them bosses making him do his job and putting his freaking phone down. Yeah. When he said that, you guys, about going to rehab, and he knew he had to do inpatient, but he wasn't going to do inpatient because he couldn't have his phone. And you know, when it's a codependent relationship and addiction is involved, you know that equated to, if I can't talk to Jacqueline on the phone every day, then I'm not going to do it. Well, the one night was really scary, honey, because he was cooking totally wasted, and he was cooking chicken, dropped the chicken on the floor. He's got like 3 or 4 cats. Dropped the chicken on the floor, picked the chicken up, put it back in the pan, finished cooking it, dropped it again when he went to plate it, and still ate it. These catfish have some really strong lines they be hooking these fools with. Honestly, I mean, I really should do a video playing back certain things that he's said, because when you watch him talking about her and stuff, certain things he says, it's like, oh my gosh, SJAM, do you hear yourself? Like, that's so totally catfishing. Bye, Lotus. Have a great day. Yes, picked it up and ate it. Can you imagine taking a bite of cat fur? I don't think SJAM thinks about what he says. Like, he lies like Amber. Lies like Amber, and doesn't realize what's coming out of his mouth. Well, I definitely think once he's drunk, that's certainly the case. I mean, that's kind of what being drunk is all about. Now, how he was cooking that chicken dry with no oil. How do you fry chicken with no... Yes, Tangled Bliss. And, like, your cat's in and out of the litter box walking on the floor. Ooh, I can't even... I feel like we're in a circus. What the heck is this music? And did he add the cheese powder to the pasta water? Oh, I don't know about that. I will say I want to be able to buy the Kraft macaroni powder like you guys in Canada can. We can't buy just the powder here. I haven't watched it, Annalyn. The same way you fry, shake, and bake. Can you fry, shake, and bake, though? Isn't that the whole purpose of shake and bake, is to bake? I didn't watch Amber's video on that, but the way people are joking about it and stuff, like, now, did she now realize, like, she has to do something about her health? Because that's how I was understanding it by what people were saying. Like, her life flashed before her eyes when she choked, and so now she realizes she has to live differently or something. I don't think he... Oh my gosh. The chicken was drenched in kitty litter. I have trouble even changing the litter box, so don't talk to me about eating it. Ugh. Really? Can you send me a screenshot of it, or a picture of it, Dax? I wonder if we have it. I wonder if Foodie has pre-recorded vids to post while she left Kuwait. She doesn't need to come back to Canada, just leave Kuwait. Yeah, but Grateful Life, somebody on Twitter, it wasn't somebody in Goral World, but one of the people in Goral World had made a post about Foodie and about Kuwait and her visa and everything. And some guy that lives in Kuwait was responding, and he said that because they're in the middle of like an election right now, they're not renewing any visas. So even if she tried that, like leaving for a day and then coming back or whatever, he's saying that they're not renewing or issuing any visas, so she wouldn't be able to. So I don't know, because this coming week, like in the next week to 10 days, her visa would be up. She only has to cross out of the border. So they wouldn't have to reissue it or renew it or anything like that. Is that what you mean, Grateful Life? I bet you don't. Small local company, but I'll see if they have a website. I was dubious. Loved the Habit Cheddar Shake, but it's very close to that. We probably won't have it. We're always behind the times here. She could get a week away and go back. She just needs to exit Kuwait, go to another country so they stamp her passport, stay there for a few days, and come back to Kuwait. I don't know. We'll be finding out, like I said, in the next week to 10 days. It's out of New Hampshire. Well, I'm not real far from New Hampshire. But one of my besties lives there, so I could always have him send me some. Doesn't that... See, that's what I would have thought, Hugh. But she does not... People have tried to tell her if she's not in Canada like 6 months out of the year, she's going to lose like her health care coverage and all that. And she doesn't care. Oh, and also, that man also said that you cannot buy over-the-counter medication for anxiety and depression. That was a lie. Because that had me floored. I'm like, how can you go into a... You know, they're not allowed to do anything there. They're not allowed to smoke weed or anything, but you can walk into a pharmacy and buy addictive drugs like that? Like, that made no sense to me. Exactly, Hugh. She needs to apply. See, that's what I'm saying. And he's saying that they're not going to do that. To, like, reapply or whatever. So all she has to do is go across the border for a week or so and then come back. That's what I'm saying, Annalyn. That's what that guy said. And he seemed pretty sure of it because he was like, they are not giving passports right now until the election or whatever is over. That's what he said, Hannibal. But, you know, again, keep in mind, we've heard how many things from how many people, and somehow she's getting around all of it. So, something's sketch. Exactly, Hugh. She could leave for a few days as long as she goes through immigration and border control. Pops up. Okay. All right, I wrote it down, Dax. Thank you. Word is Sala has a pharmacist in the family. Boy, he's just a stand-up kind of guy. She won't have to apply if she's just a tourist since Kuwait and Canada don't require visas to enter. Kuwait doesn't require a visa to enter? How I thought she had to have one. Yeah, and see, Grateful Life, that guy was saying that there will be no applications approved. Like as if they're just not even reviewing them right now. A pharmacist in his family, but he's not a citizen. Wouldn't you need to have a visa to go to school or work there? Yeah, it all doesn't. It's all confusing to me, Hugh. That's what they do when you go through border control. Hold on, I gotta scroll back to what you said before, Glam. She does have a legal right to an actual visa for a resident permanent. Visa upon arrival. Okay, so you can get into the country. You just can't stay in the country if you don't have a visa. Is that it? It would be great if she left. And I know, Hannibal. That's why my brain is reeling right now. Unless she has a multiple visit visa, is what their website says. I don't know. Somehow she always comes out smelling like a rose because, you know, she's got a pure heart. Isn't that how she described it the one time? Things work out for me because I have a pure heart, guys. Or something like that. And wouldn't she be scared to leave with the letters to the guy? Yes. Oh my gosh, you guys. And then the whole thing with the apartment and the pictures and the comments and all that. I feel really bad for the owner of that building. Pretty privilege. Things work out for her because she does illegal things and hasn't gotten busted yet. Right, Dax, and I'm sorry, but I keep holding out for the day that she actually does get busted. I don't want to see her go to Kuwaiti prison or anything like that, but I would love to see her have consequences for something. Maybe send her back to Canada. Something. It's also very confusing because the one website says one thing and one says another, but most countries have treaties where you don't need the pre-approved visa. Okay, Nick. Are they done? We have 3 weeks, 2 weeks or 3 weeks left. I don't know. I cannot wait until we're done with school for the year. Excuse me, the website was for Kuwaitis visiting Canada. I think Canadians going to Kuwait don't need to pre-get a visa. I don't know, Glam, because it sounded like she had it before she went, like that they applied or whatever. But actually, I know now that you say it, when she went the first time, they did a lot of scrambling to get her able to stay, remember? Oh, I can't wait until mine does, Nicole. Nick, are you going on tonight, do you know? I still need to do this pickle thing. Oh, okay. Thank you, Grateful Life. So then when you do that, do they approve or deny it right then? Or do you have to wait so you can actually stay there a little bit while they're deciding, or what? I thought about it, but I got it. Okay, I won't say anything then. But if you do, I'll wait and do it at like 7:30. That way we can all just go over to yours when we're done here. My 6th child had graduation this past Sunday. Only one left, 4 more years, then I'm an empty nest. Same. My boys are older though. They're 25 and 27, but my youngest is starting high school in the fall. I tried the spicy maple bourbon ones that Recovery Addict is always talking about. I tried those. They're good, but I have to eat it like I'll have like a sandwich with a few of them on the side, and then like some cottage cheese or something. Like I have to have a bite of like something, you know, like cottage cheese or yogurt or something in between them, because they are spicy. But this other stuff that my son sent, the pickled almonds, the pickled cashews, the pickle cotton candy, the pickle salt, and then there's pickle sour balls. That stuff I have to do the taste test on, which I was thinking of doing it tonight. Oh, all right. That makes more sense. Grateful Life. The visa is up. It's up like the end of May, I believe, Hannibal, like the 30th or the 31st. Yeah, I think that's when it's up. I don't even think it goes to the 1st. I think it has to be the end of May. All right, guys, I'm going to end it here. Hopefully, like the pickle thing I'm doing with my daughter, so it's just been hard to get her and I to be ready to do it at the same time. So I'm hoping we can get that done tonight. Pickle nuts. Yes, I have bold spicy dill pickle almonds, dill pickle cashews, pickle cotton candy, pickle punch salt, and where are the, oh, here they are. Pickle, sour pickle balls. Those ones are even gonna be off. Right, Hannibal? But she's married and staying. You too, Hannibal. All right, guys, I will see you guys all hopefully tonight. If I don't see you here tonight, I will see you, I'm sure, somewhere on the YouTube streets. Thanks, guys. Love you all, and I appreciate all of you. I'll see you next time.